Yo, my good people. What is going on, man? Yo, my voice, I'm still recovering from yesterday. I'm still recovering from yesterday, man. But yo, what is good, y'all? What's good? Hold on, let me see. Goodness gracious, man. Yo, what better time to do this than on a break week, right? Like the fact that there's no episode or chapter this week. Even though this is gonna be for a whole bunch of different topics or whatever, like it was the perfect week to have something like this. You know what I mean? So, but first and foremost, man, before we get into anything else, I just want to say thank you to everyone, man. You know, this has been crazy. This has been a crazy year, honestly. Just on the YouTube platform, when I started the year, I only had one goal in mind, and that goal was to stay and be as consistent as possible. In terms of if I say I'm going to do something on a certain day to do it, because in previous years I've been on my Togashi stuff, so I was like, you know what, this year I want to have chapter reaction Friday, afterthoughts Sunday, episode Saturday, and I've been trying my hardest to do that, at the very least in the One Piece side of things, and then everything else will follow after. But consistency has been the number one thing that I've been trying to work on this year, so I'm so happy that things turn out for the best. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, just a massive thank you to everyone. Honestly speaking, bro, it's crazy. Like, there's certain days where you're like, man, do I really want to press the red button today? And then I think of y'all, and I'm like, yeah, I do. I do want to press the red button today. Let's live and go, baby. But yeah, man, it's great to see everyone in the comment section, yo. Let me see. Shout out to Hazy, Vex, Marquetta, T Chad, my boy Pat, SJC. Let me see. Chase White, Big Bless the King. Yo, Big Bless, bro. Big Bless. Itihas says, yo, can you please show the volume 95 cover for One Piece? Yeah. Greatness. Absolute greatness. For volume 95. Right there. Yo, Yugi boy was good, man. It's been a while, but congrats on 13K. I remember discovering you through your Kill La Kill reactions. Dude, back on the old channel, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But yo, thank you, bro. I truly appreciate it. Vetrix was good. What time is it for you? It is currently 10:30 in the morning, man. 10:30. Lazy Mofos was good, bro. Whoa, 13K for King Recon D Goat Beard. You earned every chip you ever get, coach. Yo, I appreciate you, man. I truly do, bro. Thank you for that, Lazy Mofos. Did you see the Animal Crossing stream? Not yet. Not yet. I was getting ready for this right here, and then I was having a conversation on Discord. So I was like, you know what? I'll save the Animal Crossing stream for later. Was it good? Did they say anything? Like in regards for like new DLC that's gonna be incoming? Or like when it's coming or anything? My boy Shadow the Goat. What's good, Shadow, man? Yo, how's it going, Omar? Yo, it's going good, man. It's going good, dude. Just here chilling. This week, just in regards to like anime and manga stuff, has been crazy. Last night, I watched my first seasonal anime in so long. I watched Attacked OP Destiny, and I really enjoyed it, right? Because not only is it Mappa X Madhouse, so like the animation was on point, but man, dude, when stuff was hitting, I was like, yo, this is fire. This is straight flames, man. And the fact that Tact is voiced by Reen, by Koki Uchiyama, which is Meruem. Meruem, Reen Schwarzer, he voices a lot of beasts. But the concept of the show, I was just really enjoying it. And I was like, man, I need to get back on my seasonal anime grind, dude. I like it a lot. Yo, has he coming in? Oh, Holy fuck. Hazzy, relax. We just started. Relax. 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 Holy flatters. Hazzy coming in. Congrats on the 13K, fam. So glad I could make the stream. Keep being yourself. You added so much happiness and joy for many of us. Hazzy, thank you so much for not only the kind words and not only for the super chat, but for always being you too, man. Because, we've had conversations before and I truly appreciate you. You have no idea how much what you told me a couple years ago, whenever I was telling you about the whole writing thing, and you would reach out to me and ask me like how the writing is going and whatnot. It's thanks to stuff like that that I was able to get to where I am now, progressing and improving, going back to school, trying to get better when it comes to my career. And it's thanks to encouraging words like that, man. So much love, brother. I truly appreciate you. And thank you, man. Just thank you, bro. Thank you for that, man. I truly appreciate it, dog. Man, Hazzy started off strong, said 79 cha-cha. Flag darts. Sweet flag darts, Hazzy. Relax. Relax. But nothing but love, bro. Nothing but love. Let me see. Earthna, yo, coach, you got to go now. But yo, Earthna, have a good one. Have a good one. I hope you have a good day at work. And thanks for stopping by. Yo, Drums, my boy, what's good? The Wolfman, legend. Tact is meant to me. Understandable. I really like. I think what I like so much about it is the musical aspect. And whenever they start speaking about music as an art form and as and how it can impact others, what the impact it has on the world itself, stuff like that fascinates me. When the power system or when anything like that has an impact on the setting, and vice versa, I absolutely adore stuff like that, especially when it's so intertwined. And I really like the second episode for that. Yeah, Silent Phoenix, exactly. Talking so far, the concept is great. It really is. It's the concept is great. Komi-san, Blue Period, and Sakugan. So Komi-san, I'm gonna watch. Blue Period, I read the manga for that. Definitely want to check out the anime. And Sakugan, that's the one with the father and the daughter, right? I gotta watch that one too. Yo, AJ Nair, thank you very much, man. Much love, bro. Much love to you over there in India. And thank you for stopping by. I truly appreciate you, dog. Xavier, you can have a great day. Congrats on 13K. Yo, Xavier, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much, yo. Has he with that goat assist Jason Kidd style? Dog. Straight up. I mean, that was on some Kobe to Shaq. Tossing that thing up in the air. Bah! Bah, bah, bah! Yo, Mr. Old Kanye, what's good, man? What's good? Yo, Mr. Old Kanye, I have a question for you. Are you Xanarkand in Khan's streams? Just a quick question for you. Because I remember you, I believe, in the Discord have that name too. So are you also Xanarkand? Amazing soundtrack, by the way. But are you also Xanarkand in Khan streams? Yo, my boy Silva, my brethren, my flesh and blood. What is good, man? Yo, Silva, man. That Violet Evergarden movie, bro. Whenever you watched the movie and we were talking about it, it brought back all the feelings I had the night before. Such a go movie, man. It's such an amazing series. And like you said, right, just with the headaches and feeling just absolutely terrible, emotional fatigue and whatnot once you finish it. But you're so grateful for it. And I feel like that's something so special about this medium, is that it's able to make us feel like this, and yet we still continue to come back for more. It's like we're masochists in a way. It's crazy, right? Like, oh yeah, this thing made me cry my eyes out. I love it, or whatever, right? I guess just being able to feel emotional towards something, and to be able to truly connect with it, makes us want to come back for it and whatnot. Because I know, whenever I hear other people talk about One Piece, that I normally don't, even if it's not just One Piece, like One Piece, Gintama, like series that normally get like emotions out of people. number one thing that they'll say is like, "Yo, this series made me cry / tear up more than any other series," and they had that as like an award, like hold that as the golden thing. Like, hold up, man, this series made me cry more than any other, and that's why I love it so much. And when you say it like that, it's like that's very strange. But when you really think about it, it's because you were so resonating so much emotionally with what was happening that you couldn't help but tear up. And that's the thing that comes out of like whenever you feel emotional towards an anime or whatever, or a movie or a game, is that it has allowed you to feel emotional to the point of tearing up or whatever, right? And and that allows it to become a favorite because it means so much to you, because you're connected to it on such a level, right? And whatnot. So, yo, Nile the GOAT. Yo, Nile, man, you are the true MVP, son. You are the true MVP for continuing to look out for me for these chapters, bro. You the GOAT, man. Like, seriously, you're the GOAT. Because if not, I can guarantee you I would have been spoiled on multiple different occasions. Like, dead serious, man. So thank you for always being there, man. I truly appreciate you, dog. Okay, you are Xanarkand. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Awesome sauce. Storm says, "Whoa, Vex. Vex. Holy flagnards. Bro, it's too early. It's too early. What y'all doing? It's too early, bro." Yo, nah, man. Y'all are too much, bro. Y'all are too much, man. Vex comes in 60 strong. Congrats on 13K subs, Recon. Yo, you the GOAT, man. You the GOAT. Shout out to you and Hazy, man. I truly appreciate you, dog. Holy sweet mother of Flagnards. First and foremost, thank you for the kind words. And I truly look forward to streaming more on Twitch in the future, man. You know, we were talking about that before. Did you ever get your setup right and start working towards the streaming process? I know we were talking about that in the Ratchet and Clank streams. So did you eventually figure that all out, Vex? But I truly appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that, bro. Y'all are crazy, man. Y'all are crazy. It's too early in the morning for all this, dog. You guys are insane. Holy flagnards. Shadow says Komi-san's adaptation is kicking so much ass already. Yo, I feel like Komi, the way that the art style is very, very cool. Like, I've only seen the art style for the way the series looks in the manga and in the anime. I feel like the anime captures it really well. What studio does that? It looks like it's Shaft, but I don't think it's Shaft, right? I don't think it's Shaft. Kind of looks like it's Shaft. Malazan says, "Shout out to the greatest whisper yeller in the game. Much love, bro." You know how many times I've been told that? Like, yo, shout out to the whisper yeller. And like, yo, I always tell people the same thing. I can't help it. You feel me? I record too late or too early in the day to be yelling, especially with all the other people living around me. Bro, back when I was doing Kingdom, my neighbors hated me. It's fucking Kingdom. How could you not yell? Yo, miss the old con. Yeah. Thank you, dude. So last time that I was in a stream, I think the first time that I streamed in a long time, somebody, I think it was Smiley, hit me with one of these. So this is called super thanks, right? Whenever you have like the little emoticon or the emoji with the super chat, I think that's really cool. That's really cool. But regardless, Miss the old con, yeah, thank you so much for the super chat, or for the super thanks, I should say. And then it has the whoosh, whoosh, whoosh going on there. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's dope. See, I'm glad YouTube is actually taking creative liberties when it comes to the whole donation process. Because for those of us, like, I don't have a good setup yet when it comes to, like, you know how other individuals, whenever like somebody subscribes to something, they'll have like a sound effect and a thing going on. I don't have that. So whenever you have something like a super thanks or whatever, it's keeps it all alive. Keeps it alive, man. So appreciate that, man. Yo, good brother Chris, man. What's good, dude? Yo, Chris and I actually last night had a very long conversation about One Piece, and I'm glad that we had that conversation because I was missing it considering there's no chapter, no episode this week. And one of the things we were talking about was in regards to Sanji and Zoro, the lineage factor, and how that's going to lead into the aftermath of the battles that's going to take place. In Sanji's case, as we've talked about in the afterthoughts, the acceptance of his lineage, accepting his true self, especially now after this last chapter, he's going to need to accept the Germa side of him, the family side of him that he no longer wants to accept in order to progress forward in this battle, especially if after Queen, he has to fight Robert D. So if he has to fight Robert D or any of the CP0 agents, maybe all three of them, whatever the case may be, Sanji's going to need to have that raid suit on deck. The raid suit may not work on Queen because he's a member of the Mads, but it's definitely going to work on CP0. And so knowing how nasty he is now, the regeneration process, all that stuff, you already know that he's going to have to come to that self-acceptance of the Germa side of things. And so I'm really hoping for that in the upcoming chapters because it is going to lead to one of the best Sanji moments. I mean, the self-acceptance of his family, the self-acceptance of his name. And we're seeing that now it's literally a part of him, not just through blood, but the exoskeleton is a part of him. And then in Zoro's side, very similar thing, except when it comes to him, you already know what man is got to do, against King and whatnot, and being able to see possibly the Conqueror's coding flourish, not only for himself, but for the other individuals around him. Now, especially that he was able to awaken Conqueror's coding because of trying to defend the king. It is most certainly something that we're going to see here in this battle. And once again, it goes back to that whole lineage thing. But we were having the conversation last night, and it brought it up again for it. Holy sweet mother of Flagnarts. We're just going to keep going today. This is nuts. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, so Rican comes in. First and foremost, shout out to Rican, man. Comes in with the 5 Canadian. Happy 13K, bro, goat. Had to hop on stream during work. During work? This man's out here passing through, delivering the 5? And you're at work? Goat individuals, man. I have nothing but goat individuals here. This is crazy. Also, Utheron says that chapter 1031's puns revolve around Vegapunk. What if the WGAC brought him? Or like they actually brought him, or they're willingly bringing him? Because, well, first of all, before I get into the question, thank you so much for that, bro. Always look forward to seeing your comments. Thank you for the kind words. And above all of that, thank you for risking being at work to be here at this stream to deliver this, man. I truly appreciate that, bro. But going to the Yudadan thing, so I've been hearing about Yudadan talking about chapter 1031 and how either the act is going to end at that point or that the something big is going to happen there, like in chapter 1031. I've been hearing that between the last couple of days. And so if Vegapunk is to show up in chapter 1031, would that mean that the act is going to end on 1030? Because I see that unless, like you said, that Vegapunk is on the ship with the Cypherpole agents or the ones that's coming in, and that's the only way that I can possibly see the Vegapunk being here. Either the act ends or they brought him on the ship. The only thing, though, is that I feel like Oda's saving Vegapunk for post-Wano because I feel like he wants to keep that emotional connection to the stuff that's already happening. If he brings Vegapunk on top of that, he would need to balance all of that, and I'm not sure if he wants to do that at this point in time. So, but if Vegapunk is here, 1031, I mean, Onigashima's already looking to be the GOAT, right? But good God. Good flipping God, dude. Oh, man. Good brother Josh, dude. Yo, y'all are insane, man. This is, bro, it's too early in the morning for this, man. It's too early in the morning, yo. Shout out to my boy Josh. Just leaving the 5. Much love, my brother, man. You know how it is, dude. And this man earlier, I saw it. I wasn't a comment on it, but then you posted this. This man says Zoro greater than Sanji. Josh is the biggest Zoro tard on this side of the hemisphere, man. So he's a good man, though. He's a good man. Definitely a good man. So yeah, Zero Zoro greater than Sanji. It's funny because anytime that like Zoro does something GOAT, you have Zoro greater than Sanji. from one half of my friends, because it's just like the community. One half of my friends, and the other half when Sanji does something goat. Oh yes, Sanji greater than Zoro, and then I'm the lone Luffy tard. So I'm like, you know what, Luffy goat. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm happy when everybody's doing good. Do you feel me? Like, I'm for years I've been Nami greater than Robin, right? But Robin was going ham lately, and I'm like, yo, equal. You know, they're just goated. They're just goated. You know, I can't help it when my Straw Hats are going ham. I can't help it. We all have bias and favorites, but when the boys and the girls they go ham, they go ham. You know what I mean? They go ham. They go ham, man. They go ham. Yo, hold up, bro. Relax. Relax. Okay, so here we go again. Shout out to Saint, man. Saint comes in with the 5. It's too early. Yo, God bless y'all, man. Seriously, this is this is crazy. But shout out to Saint. Saint is rocking in Saint's profile picture. For those of you who have never played the Trails series, in Saint's profile picture is the equivalent of either Instant Messenger Sama or an Emperor in that verse. That is without question one of the spookiest and most powerful individuals ever. Ever. And that's what makes that character so interesting. So shout out to Saint's profile picture. But congrats on the 13K. Much love, Saint, man. Thank you for that. Do you still think Sanji has any connections with the Lunarians? Oh, I've been receiving this question a lot lately. Or is that theory pretty much dead now since the newest chapter? So somebody was talking to me the other day about the Lunarian thing, and if I still believe, because apparently I don't even know that I do it anymore. Like, there's just certain theories that I believe with every fiber in my being that they become kind of canon in my head. You guys know, you probably have those theories too, where you just believe in them so much that they just become a part of your canon. I know that's a popular thing that, like, when it comes to a couple of the other theories out there, but in that one in particular, after that chapter, specifically with the Zoro's father thing and that theory, it's not really a theory. I mean, is it a theory anymore? It's pretty much confirmed, right? With Ushimaru, and then you have the Sanji and Lunarian thing. So at the time, because of the flames, because of King, when I originally saw that, I was like, he has to be a Lunarian, because what other explanation would there be for the flames? And then we started talking about Luffy, the potential of him being of Lunarian, having Lunarian ancestors as well, which is why he can have the Red Hawk. But ever since then, with the exoskeleton thing, with the focus on just the Germa side of Sanji, I'm kind of half and half on it, because I'm still wondering about the flames when it comes to the Lunarians. Whether that's actually hockey or that manifestation of his aura, whatever that is, we still don't have an answer to what Diable Jambe is. But let's just say that between the Lunarians and the Germa, which side is Oda focusing on more? Obviously, it's the Germa side of things, especially coming off that arc. However, would it surprise me if after this arc or after this fight, Queen is like, oh man, no wonder you reminded me of King. Like, you have the flames of the Lunarians, whatever the case may be. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Now, whether that means it's a literal thing that Sanji is of Lunarian blood or whatever, or whether Sora was of Lunarian blood, who knows? But it was just one of those, like, headcanon things. But regardless, definitely, I still do believe that Sanji does have some sort of connection to the Lunarians personally. Until we figure out more about hockey, about what Diable Jambe is, about all of that stuff, then I don't know, right? To me, it just would make perfect sense if Sanji were that. And that's what leads me into the whole regeneration thing and whatnot, because so he's regenerating due to, in the same way that Ichiji, Niji, and the rest of the Germa Double Six can do. But in Sanji's case, it kind of feels like it's accelerated, like, especially in this last chapter, which is why it makes me believe there's a little Lunarian blood mixed in there. But regardless, right now I'm leaning more towards Germa, but in my heart of hearts, I do believe there is still a connection with the Lunarians until we figure out more about the flames and whatnot, right? So the theory could be dead after the last chapter, but in my heart, I still believe that if Queen says something in regards to the Lunarians, I'm not just gonna throw it off. Like I'm gonna be like, oh, hold up, he's talking about this. So I still believe in the Lunarian thing, but sweet mother of bro, is that person knocking on my window again? Do you remember the first? Is that person knocking on my window again? Holy flagnarts! Shadow coming in strong. My boy Shadow coming in. That is 5.000 Jordan, right? Jordan currency comes right in, extremely strong. I wish I could have given more, bro. You don't have to give it all. This man Shadow is legit close to blood brother at this point. You know what I'm saying? I love this dude. Over here saying, I wish I could give more. You don't even have to give nothing, man. Your existence alone is enough, bro. But I guess that'll have to wait for later. Either way, I couldn't be happy seeing you come this far since I've known you. It's been a long journey, my friend. It's been a long journey, my brother, bro. It really has. But thank you for that, man. You know, back in the Hunter x Hunter, Gintama, JoJo, Naruto, you know, flipping One Piece, all that in those early times back on the old channel. And to see how far both of us have come in regards to so many different things. It's more specifically lately when it comes to writing. I owe a lot to this man Shadow when it comes to getting me into a lot of my favorite series, man, or at least being one of the catalysts. Because y'all never forget when this man slid into my DMs and was like, hey, man, listen, this Trail series is kind of like One Piece. And when I read those words, I was like, whoa. I was like, hold up. So this man Shadow, you know how there's just certain individuals that you have like in your life that whenever they recommend something to you, you're like, whoa, I got you. Shadow's one of those people for me. Shadow recommends me something, I'm like, I already know it's gonna be heat. It's just as simple as that. I know it's gonna be heat. So shout out to my boy Shadow. Nothing but love, bro. Nothing but love, man. Yo, all powerful God, NL, man. Legend. Straight legend right there, man. It's been with me for a long time, too. Congrats on 13K, bro. Yo, thank you, man. Thank you so much for that, bro. Dang, man. Yeah, like when I really think about it, like Shadow not bringing it up about like the whole journey thing, like there's so many people still here from back on the old channel. Like I see the Wolfman here too, man. Like I remember having a conversation with the Wolfman in like 2014 about Toriko. And it's been 7 years. 7 years since Toriko ended. And I remember us talking about the whole whenever Heracles did the snort. Oh, was that chapter 287? I remember stuff like that, man. Like it's a part of the journey, dude. It's crazy. Yo, Off the Panel podcast, bro. What's good, my brother? What's good, man? What is good? What? All right, I need some water. Give me a second. Good Lord. Yo, another one. Holy flagnards, bro. Y'all are too much. Yo, so PK comes in. Yo, we're about to break a record here, bro. This is crazy. Like, legit, we're about to break a record here on the channel. Isn't that? Oh, my gosh. So PK comes in, 20 strong. Would be cool if Sanji / Brook used to use the Marines audio system to project CP0 conversation, where they expose Big Mom's birthday secret and themselves as those children with the masks. Bro. So you know PK, or at least I think you know how I've been talking about the whole Ohara thing, right? And how I strongly believe whenever I first saw that individual from CP0, the long one specifically, When I first saw him, I was like, that is a survivor of Ohara. I don't know what put that in my heart, but whenever I initially saw him, I was like, holy flagnards. The possibilities are endless in regards to potential Oharian survivor is a part of CP0. And I remember after Big Mom's flashback and we saw once again the members of the underworld, a popular theory was that members of the underworld were individuals, those underworld brokers that we saw with like Big News Morgans and whatnot, that some of those were Big Mom's kids. Or the kids that were with Big Mom back in the flashback, from Elbaf. And I was like, yo, definitely some of them most certainly look like him. But having CP0 be a part of that, which would remember when Mother Caramel and her mission, at the time, for her kids to carry on that legacy, quote unquote, and be members of CP0, revealing that info. Oh my, bro, that's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. This man Josh is crazy. You know what, bro? I'm messaging this man real quick, bro. I'm sending this man a text message, bro. I'm sending this man a text message. This man is crazy. This man is crazy. This man is crazy. This man. Yo, okay. This man Josh comes in with a 50 and says Demon Slayer ? And the reason why he's saying this, apart from just being a goat, apart from just being a legend, apart from just being my boy, is that we were talking because we share an Xbox account, right? So any game that I get, he gets. Any game he gets, I get. So we were talking today about buying the Demon Slayer game. Here it is. Looks like when I get off this stream, I'm putting something to download. Shout out to my boy Josh, man. Shout out to my boy Josh, dude. Holy flagnards, bro. I can't even fathom my existence right now. This is nuts. Seriously, I don't think I think that this is record breaking on the channel. I don't think we've ever had this before. This is kind of nuts. Like I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. Holy flagnards. Yeah, facts. That man's Conqueror's hockey is definitely popping off. It is most certainly popping off. This is nuts. But Josh, bro, thank you so much for that, man. Thank you so much, bro. Good God. Y'all are insane, dude. My Recon's YouTube hockey is blooming. Yo, menacing baseline, man. It's only blooming because of y'all, bro. It's only blooming because of y'all. Because let me tell you something. YouTube is based on two things. If there's anything that you can get from knowing how YouTube works for those of us in the know and whatever, there's two things that is very, very important, always has been important to YouTube. And that is how long someone watches a video and the amount of, let's just say I start this video right now and then somebody watches for like 30 seconds. You watching for longer than 30 seconds helps us out so much. Like y'all have no idea. And also when it comes to interactions and stuff like that. So when I or other YouTubers say that legit we cannot get to where we are without y'all, it is like, even when it comes to outside of emotional, when it comes to a technical standpoint, it is 100% facts, because YouTube is all about watch time and retention. And so it's literally thanks to y'all that the hockey's blooming. And I could not be more thankful. Like seriously, it truly is thanks to y'all, man. It's crazy. It is honestly crazy because like my videos are so long. The fact that they're promoted at all, because YouTube hates long videos, especially when people aren't watching them. So it's like the fact that y'all watch those at all is, I mean, seriously, It's a huge like I sometimes will look at the comments and somebody will say something that I said like 40 minutes in, and I'm like, yo, this person will still hear 40 minutes into the video, and it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So shout out to y'all, man. Y'all are goats. Oh, has you been playing the Demon Slayer game today, dude? Yo, it is. It looks like it's heat. It real deal looks like it's heat. It real deal does look like it's a lot of fun. Actually, Recon, if you ever want to relive some Toriko style hype, you should check out Takeshi Leader Den and his previous series. It's been getting translated by Cool for a while now. Really? Yeah, shout out first and foremost, shout out to Cool, man. Cool's been translating our favorites for so long. This man, from Toriko to Gintama and Jojolian, like, God bless that man. PK coming in strong with the 5. I feel like Sanji is a devil fruit. Sanji is a devil fruit. Well, pause. Hold on. Pause. I feel like Sanji is a devil fruit, human hybrid. Wouldn't shock me if Vegapunk had a dialogue about how Sanji is a specimen. Swirly devil fruit eyebrows. Hold on. So, hold on. I need to register this in my brain. I need to register this in my brain. So, a human hybrid of. Wait, but how would that work? Are you saying that the exoskeleton within Sanji ate the fruit? Is that what you're saying? Because if you eat it, you don't become that fruit. You just utilize its abilities. So the only way that he could be a fruit is if something inside of him, like you know how the swords and whatnot, the blade, if his internal exoskeleton. Now that I could see, and potentially leading into the swirly eyebrows. But besides that is, I wonder. I definitely wonder. But that's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. But then now you got me thinking. But the thing is that Sanji swims. Like we see him swimming. So even if he did have the fruit inside, so let's just say he has the fruit within the exoskeleton, wouldn't that still affect him when he goes out and swims? Because Sanji's a prominent swimmer, man. I mean, we see he be going 100 miles per hour under there. That's very interesting, because I've never really thought about the swirly eyebrows being something towards fruits. I've thought about it being something important, like maybe we look at under King's face. Imagine him having a swirly eyebrow or whatever. I guess he's something like that. Oh, speaking of King, give me a sec. So I received a theory the other day on that same line of thought that I thought was very interesting. I wish I would have screenshotted the comment. But if you are here, commenter that said this, please elaborate on this, because I thought it was very, very interesting. It was in, I believe it was the King chapter, the King Mask chapter. This person said, what about if the thing under King's Mask isn't anything in relation to what we're thinking, like a person that we saw in the past or whatever? That the thing under King's Mask is a Shandian tattoo and or a dragon's tattoo. And I remember when I read that, it kind of caught me off guard a bit, because I was like, dragon's tattoo? And the more I thought about it, it made sense. Why else would you hide something unless you know what it stands for? Dragon puts it all out there because he's the world's most dangerous criminal. But if someone in King's status or King's stature had this tattoo as well, then you would know about its prominence. Because I remember we were talking about the Who's Who thing and the Creation of the Revolutionary Army and Sun God Nika and all that stuff back in that Afterthoughts. But King having that would change the game. Like, the whole Lunarians potentially having influenced Dragon, or the idea of the Lunarians, then that would bring in the whole NL thing about the NL cover story. And so it really got me thinking. And I wonder what you'll have to say about that. Like, really, really good. That theory caught me off guard. I was like, holy flagnards. But PK, thank you very much for the super chat, bro. And I'm very curious on. So when it comes to the Sanji, let me read through the comments real quick. Yeah, exactly. He can swim, which is why I'm kind of like iffy on that. But it's the whole swirly thing is very true. Like that's very, very true. The whole swirly eyebrows, it really does look like a fruit whenever you put it like that. Now I'm interested though, because on that same line of thought, Vegapunk having a dialogue with Sanji in general. I mean, I'm going to assume he's a part of the Mads. So if he's a part of the Mads, then he would know more about Sanji and his lineage factor and whatnot. But yo, Muhammad coming in, bro. Okay, I'm gonna get some water again. Good lord. Holy flagnards. This is insane. This is insane. This is a crazy morning, man. This is a crazy, crazy morning. Good lord. King just might be a shy introvert. So Muhammad comes in, 40 strong. I watched a Morge video recently about the three main characters, Luffy, Zoro, and Nami, and I agree with them. So I want to ask you what you think is the most important to the story between the Straw Hats by order. Man, so first and foremost, thank you so much for the super chat and for the question. So because I remember when that video came out, and I didn't see the video, but I saw the discussion around it. Because I haven't seen it, I can't really say in regards to like, I don't know what he was talking about, but in regards to the main characters, if the Straw Hats had any main characters, the ones who have gotten the most spotlight on them are the East Blue crew throughout the majority of the series. The ones who have had most of the shine throughout the story, the ones who have progressed the most, are the East Blue Five. But the thing is it's an interesting question whenever you think about who's more important to the story. Because important to the story in regards to, because important to the survival, right? Like, for example, Nami is extremely important to survival because she's a navigator. And she was also one of the first people introduced in the story. Without Nami, that she was like the glue of the crew in the early days. But when you think about importance to the story, there's two different things you have to think about. And that is, number one, importance to the overall One Piece story that we know, or importance to the bigger picture. Because if we're talking bigger picture, the only character in the same tier as Luffy is Robin. Because Robin is the only individual who, that's the reason why the entire world government is after her. In regards to being an important individual in the world of One Piece. She is the key to getting to Laugh Tale. She is the key for the Road Poneglyph. She is the key to finding out the true history in the world. And so she's the biggest threat to the world government and the biggest key on the pirate side. So it's like, holy sweet mother of Flagnards, Robin's importance is insane. And so with that being said, most important to the story in order, I think I need two different lists, right? Because I feel like importance to the story as we know it, in terms of like the crew sailing around the story that we know, it's almost in the way they joined, because in that order they get the most amount of spotlight. But in regards to who's more important to the world, it might just end up being like, especially what happens with Sanji here, incoming soon. I don't even know if I can answer that, because right now, the two that come clearly above the rest is Luffy and Robin in terms of overall importance to the overarching story, right? So, but they're all important. They're all extremely important in their own ways. Because Frankie, right? You look at Frankie, we're talking about big picture, overarching story. If Frankie built, there's a theory that the Thousand Sunny is like a second Pluton, whatever it is, made out of atom wood. Frankie is going to have some sort of importance. He knows the blueprints to Pluton. That is extremely important overarching story stuff. You feel me? I would say the same thing in regards to Jinbei and connecting the humans and the fishmen. Overarching, very important stuff. Individuals who still hate humans will see Jinbei with the Pirate King and be like, hold on, if there's one human being out there that is willing to accept us as their own, then why can't we try being a part of society with the other human beings? And so Jinbei is very important in that regard too. So it depends on what you're looking at, but every single character has their own importance to the story, you know. And like I said, in just our story, Brooke. So that's kind of hard because they're all equally important in their own ways. But like I said, when it comes to the overarching story, even though not main character wise, which is most important, I mean, you cannot deny the importance of Robin, especially after this last chapter. You know what I'm saying? But most certainly, in terms of like the ones that have gotten the most spotlight, I agree with them 100%. Definitely is Luffy, Zoro, and it's the East Blue Five. Those are the ones that have gotten the most shine across the story. PK comes in strong once again. Yo, shout out to PK, bro. Holy flagnards. Holy flagnards coming in with a 10. Also, last chapter, there was a swirly smoke pattern above Wanji. Wanji. I think in the battle of Riv getting crushed, my headcanon was he awakened some DNA spliced double fruit genes in his genome. So swirly smoke pattern above Wanji in the last chapter, whenever his head was getting crushed, or like whenever the blade was coming down. Is that what you're talking about? My headcanon was that he awakened some DNA spliced devil fruit in his genome. So you believe that the fruit is within the DNA / the exoskeleton, like within the lineage factor itself? What kind of fruit would it be? Would it have a connection to the flames? Would it have a connection to the what we believe is Lunarian blood? That's a good question. It's a very, very good question, man. But in terms of the swirly smoke pattern above Wanji, I think that, you know how he was trolling with Queen? I think that just might have been a part of the presentation of the overall vibe and aesthetic of that chapter. You know, he was going about like visually representing very best comedic aspects of the story and whatnot. So I feel like having the smoke pattern above it is a clear representation of this being Sanji and whatnot. But hey, man, that's very interesting. That's a very interesting way of looking at that. This is crazy, man. Y'all are insane. I'm at work, so I can't stay for the live session. Yo, man, if you're at work, dude, trust me, I completely understand, yo. I completely understand. I understand y'all, man. Don't worry about not being able to attend the live session because of work, yo. Prioritize work. I appreciate y'all just coming in for a couple seconds just to let me know this. Like, it's crazy. But congrats on the 13K, my man. You are the GOAT. My question as usual, can you talk about your writing a little bit? Any current projects? Love you, bro. Yo, man, love you too, man. And I appreciate the kind words, dude. And yo, thank you for giving me the window to talk about some greatness. So, in regards to the writing, I cannot talk specifically about the story at this point in time. But what I'm working on at this point in time, I'm working on the story that I've been working on for the past 8 years. But as it has been progressing, because I'm more of a discovery writer in terms of when it comes to characters and when it comes to discovering certain elements of the plot. Like I have an outline in my head, and I love following that outline. But I also like whenever things ankle break the outline, because that means they're not only going to ankle break me, they're going to ankle break the reader. And so that's why I like discovery writing with outlining, a combination of the two. And so what I've been doing is with this current draft of the story, because I've already written it multiple times, but this time I feel like I have a good grasp of what I'm going for. I decided to completely go through it first draft, no matter how bad that it is. I wanted to complete it this time because I feel like I'm getting closer and closer to the overall big picture, what I'm truly trying to get across at this point in time. And so what I'm working on is the first draft of the story that I've been working on, like I said, for the past, ever since I first started this whole thing. But in actuality, I'm just trying to get a better grasp on the story at hand. If you understand what I'm saying. So like, for example, when we look at manga, there's a reason why the actual story ends up being different than the one shot. You look at the one shots for any manga that's out there, right? Look at Naruto, look at Bleach, look at One Piece, look at any of those, Berserk. You look at any of the chapter zeros in any of those series, and they maintain the same energy, the same vibe, the same aesthetic, the same atmosphere as the series itself, but a lot of key elements have changed. That's where I'm at. I'm at the point to where I have written a majority of this before. And after having done so, and after feedback, after all that stuff, I am currently in what I believe is the first draft of the product I've been actually trying to tell for all of these years. And so my plan, the reason why I've been working so hard on it, is that I wanted to finish this draft, which I'm so close. I am so close, y'all, to finishing this draft. I've been working on it since the beginning of the year. And my plan is to finish it by October 31st, because November is NaNoWriMo, and that is National Novel Writing Month, where you write a novel in 1 month. And my plan during that month, since I always take November for writing anyway, is to revise and look over what I've done here with this first draft, while also working on the second one and the second project in it after, or within the same month. So it's going to be a big undertaking, but that is where my current mindset is at when it comes to that. And I'm so excited, y'all. Like, you have no idea. I've gotten to the point now, because there's so many things when I look back and I'm like, man, this is so bad. But I've seen so many improvements too, especially compared to when I first started, that it just really warms my heart, because I'm like, yo, I'm close, man. Like, I'm getting closer and closer, dude. Like, I like publishable. I'm here, or publishable's here, and I'm down here. But at least I'm not down here anymore, man. Like, I'm itching. I'm climbing. You know. And so there's been multiple different points throughout this draft where I'm like, man, I truly love this, bro, throughout the struggles, because there's certain days it's just not clicking up here, and you can't get what's on here onto the page. But there's certain times where you're just like, let's go. Let's flip and go, man. So yeah, man, most certainly. Most certainly. It's a long process, guys. It really is. That's why when I do research on other writers and I see how they're able to produce multiple books in 1 year, and when I see other writers, George R. R. Martin comes to mind, Yoshihiro Togashi comes to mind. These writers that take so long to release their stories, I can see why, because it takes so long to produce some of this stuff, especially if it's stuff that you are taking extreme care of to, weave certain things together, especially if there's multiple drafts. I'm going to assume when it comes to Togashi, when it comes to a lot of these artists and or book writers, there's a lot of rewrites, man. I mean, if Oda did it, Oda's chapter 1, his original chapter 1, did not have Shanks' arm being cut off. His editor told him to cut it off, or his editor told him that he wanted more excitement. And so Oda went with the whole Shanks getting his arm cut off. But the brilliant thing about Oda as a storyteller is that even though I'm sure he didn't have the general idea of what hockey would be at that point in time, because that already existed within the story, it worked to whenever he introduced hockey, we could look back on the moment and be like, oh, was that Conqueror's hockey, whatever, though that wasn't thought of at the time. And I think that shows the brilliance of certain storytellers to do things on the fly like that. And it allows for moments of serendipity where you can be in the middle of the flow and come up with something that was not there previously. And I think that's where manga has that advantage over books, is because in books, with constant rewrites, though that eureka moment's still going to happen. With manga, it can happen more frequently because you're writing it on a weekly basis and your mind is always exhausted. So while you're writing, or I'm sorry, while you're drawing, you have a deadline. And the closer you get to a deadline, your survival instincts kick in, your brain starts working harder, and you come up with something new, which is why a lot of these mangaka, even though they are nearly dying to get this work out, they produce some really unique and original stuff because of the circumstances surrounding that. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Have you been watching AEW? Yo, Ali, I have. I haven't watched last week's programming, but I have been watching. I need to catch up to it. Yo, Nova 4, no way. That is a OG. Nova 4 says, yo, what's up, Recon? It's OG Bugs. Bugs. Yo, Bugs is the GOAT, man. Yo, Bugs, I hope you're doing good. That was the original My Hero Academia stan. Bugs, dude. Yo, anime over the manga reactions was good, bro. How you feel about this empty non-One Piece this week? It's the reason I'm doing this. There's no One Piece. I had to come on here and talk about some greatness. You know, it sucks not having either of the two, but with how hard it honestly, it hasn't been that bad of a week because we can think about the stuff with Lucci and Robin and Sanji and all that stuff with the manga, and the anime gave us a rewatchable episode, which I have rewatched multiple times with reactions. So it hasn't been that bad, honestly, that bad, and the two of them needed their break, 100%. A question related to your writing process: do you ever feel like you're being too ambitious with your ideas? If so, how do you deal with that, and do you feel overwhelmed because of it? I used to feel that way, and sometimes I still do. The only time I feel like I'm being too ambitious with my ideas is when I feel like I'm not prepared to write something like that. So I'll give you a quick example. The reason why I'm currently, or why I've been doing it the way I have been, is because I have an ambitious idea that I've been trying to execute. But when I tried to put it onto the page, it's not coming out. And so that's one of the reasons why I also decided to go back to school and whatnot too, is because I'm trying to get the tools necessary, the tools necessary in my mind, the tools necessary with my to be able to utilize at will in order to tell that ambitious story that I want to tell. Because that's not something that just grows out of nowhere. Sure, it could happen to a genius or whatever, but because I'm not a genius, I need those tools first. And so there are definitely certain things where I'm like, hold on, that's really ambitious. But I can pull it off if I have the right tools. And that's where studying comes in. And that's where multiple rewrites of just writing every single day to get to that point to where you can pull off that ambitious project or that ambitious storyline or that ambitious character, whatever it is, and have it work within your set, have it work within the story, because I feel like there's nothing too ambitious as long as you have the right tools to do it. That's why the Chimera Ant arc works so well. And the Chimera Ant arc is the most ambitious story arc. That and the Golden Age, the Eclipse, are two of the most ambitious story arcs I've ever seen. And why do they work so well? Because the individuals behind them develop their skill set and the tools necessary throughout the years in order for that ambition to come out very, very well. And even though it is extremely ambitious, while you're watching it, you're like, this feels natural. But when you really think about it, you're like, there's no way something like this should even exist within the confines of Shonen Jump, a Chimera Ant arc. So I would say that's how I feel about it. Is when you feel like you're being too ambitious, think about it in a way that my skill set or my tools haven't reached that point yet. Because once they do, I can tell that ambitious story. You know what I'm saying? I hope that answered your question. Holy flagnards. You guys are crazy. Y'all have been absolutely insane this morning. We've broken a record at this point. We've broken a record on this channel. This is crazy. This is crazy. Michael Mickles comes in with a 50. 50. Shout out to the algorithm for recommending this channel all those years ago. Every video turns me to a failed smile eater. Failed smile. I love that analogy so much. I really do. Laughing and smiling even on a rough day, you're forever goat. Thanks for everything, King. Michael, I don't even know what to say, man. I honestly don't. That is a beautiful, beautiful message, man. God bless you, brother. That is a flipping. That's a message and a half, man. You're the goat, bro. You're not talking about me being the goat. No, you're the goat, dude. Thank you for always supporting me throughout all of these years. Wow. Wow. Excuse me. I really love that line, though, man. Every video turns me to a failed smile eater. That's so beautiful. That's so. That's such a. That's a line that, like, with context, really hits home. That really hits home, man. And yeah, man, shout out to the algorithm, dude. You know, the algorithm can do wonders for the channel sometimes. You know what I mean? Sometimes. But yo, thank you for that, Michael, bro. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Holy flagnards, man. That's crazy. That is insane. Goodness. Hold on, bro. I need some water right quick, dude. That's crazy. A failed smile eater, dude. That's so good. That's so good. Let's see. The Wolfman says, just don't make an isekai, please. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Listen, if Yoshihiro Togashi could do it, listen, I know Greed Island isn't necessarily that well loved, but hey, man, my man Real Deal created his own Yu-Gi-Oh card game world within that story and made it work. You know what I mean? There's right now we're living in a that's just a thing. You know what I'm saying? Isekais are just the thing now. But I think if somebody has an interesting take on it, like for example, back in the late 2000s, even though it's a story that's not held in high regard today, but at the time it was so huge, and it wasn't held in high regard at the time either. But you know, the whole concept of vampires being the thing, and then Twilight came out, and it was like, holy flag, it just took the world by storm, and it was doing everything moderately the same as everyone else. It just did it in a different type of way, and executed in a certain type of way, and it gravitated towards a lot of audiences. And I think that if somebody were to release an isekai at this point in time, that would just, I mean, is it, I don't really watch isekais, but I know that that's what slime is, right? For a lot of people, where it's like that isekai that stands above the rest is like just being that thing. I feel like it's still possible to create an isekai that could blow people away, even with the oversaturation in the market for it right now. Yo, Makiman1171, I truly appreciate you, man. Thank you. Jussie Z. What's good, Jussie? Congrats on 13K. King on the best YouTuber, my guy. Yo, I'm most certainly not the best YouTuber, but I truly appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much for that, yo. Silent Phoenix, gotta go to practice. Glad to have caught the stream, bro. See you, One Piece greatness. Yo, Silent Phoenix, have a wonderful practice. We'll see you next time, my friend. One Piece greatness. Yes, JC. Recon, I don't care what year it is. I'm a live react just to yell the first installment of Recon's greatest manga. Yeah, I hope it gets turned into a manga. So I decided to go with a novel format for this story, right? Because it's what I feel most comfortable in. It's what I've been doing for so many years. But in the last couple of years, the more audiobooks that I read, I really want to invest in an audiobook. Specifically, I really enjoy the concept of the visual novel at this point in time to tell a novel style story. So even after I release it as a novel, I'm most certainly interested in taking a comic route as an adaptation, and most certainly as in the visual novel field. And the reason why I say that is because sound sticks with people, and I feel like that's why the idea of sound novel gets used for a lot of these visual novels, because the soundtracks the voice acting sticks with people. A line will stick with you more, especially in this day and age that individuals are reading less and listening more. So I feel like great voice acting slash great soundtrack accompanying a novel in this day and age would do it wonders. Would do, and I know that's the concept of an audiobook, but if you add a visuals on top of that, if you add a PNG or whatever it is on top of that, I feel like that is a road slash concept that I would love to do someday just for that. Like it's because it'll stick with you. It'll stick with you visually, audio wise, and all that stuff. Because sound is so important, man. Sound is extremely important, especially for us. You know what I'm saying? Like as anime watchers, like I as much as I love reading manga, and manga is my preferred medium, not having the sound effects, specifically when it comes to music and voice acting, is huge. I say that's more important than even the greatest of animation, because music sticks with you, sound sticks with you. And Mammoth Boy's down bad in both anime and manga. Yo, Jack got wrecked in that episode, dude. I couldn't believe my eyes when Nekomamushi straight up went in there with claws and just like, oh, that man got smoked. That episode was amazing. That episode was amazing. How many more chapters approximately do you think is left in Wano? I say 35 max. That's a good estimate. I'm of the same line. I'm in the 30 range. I'm in the 30 range of it lasting 2 more volumes approximately. So that's where I'm at when it comes to that. It's around 30, 25, 30, 35, 3 volumes, somewhere on there. Greed Island Goated, I don't care what anybody says. Yo, talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to them. If it becomes a manga, I can't wait to argue which is better, Recon's novel or the manga adaptation. Yo, I would hope the manga adaptation, man, dude. If we could get like a goat on it to work on it, man, that'd be awesome sauce. Your content is already like an audiobook and people love it. That makes sense. That's a good point. That's a good point. You know, people always say that they create stuff based on what they enjoy, right? And for me personally, I don't really watch YouTube videos, quote unquote. You feel me? I don't. At least most of the time, like on some occasions, most certainly, I watch YouTube videos, but mainly I listen to YouTube videos because I personally listen slash if I'm doing something, if I'm playing a game, if I'm writing, if I'm studying, if I'm running, whatever the case may be, if I'm in a car, I'm listening to something. And whether it be a podcast or some sort of long form thing, I like having that in the background. And I think that's why my content reflects that, because I do that so much in terms of listening to stuff like that, listening to lectures, listening to like all that long form style of stuff, that by the time that I go on to create something, it naturally comes out that way, you know? So because I like listening to stuff whenever I'm gaming, whatever the case may be. I prefer to listen to YouTube videos rather than watching them. And I feel like that's a popular thing nowadays anyway. But I do love watching me some good videos too now and then though. Yeah, when I read One Piece chapters, the sounds and voices from characters definitely play in my head. Exactly. 100%. Act 3 is never ending. Yo, popular theories, man. There's so many theories for Act 3 at this point in time in regards to it ending in very soon, it ending within the next couple of chapters, it ending in chapter 1031. But if it doesn't end for a while, who knows? Who knows? Maybe Act 4 and 5 don't exist. You know what I mean? Who knows? Act 4 is the One Piece. At this point, it is, man, because how many chapters has it been? 957. It's been a while. It's been a while. It has been a while, son. Recon series about to be the next One Piece. Yo, so Fama, I mean, it's that would definitely a major inspiration, no lie. Um, that's the whole reason why I decided to go on the journey in the first place. Obviously, yeah, like I said, you write what you love. But I love long stories, as you can obviously tell. But it's not even just in anime and manga. When I go into any story, if it has that long, uh, if there's a journey accompanied with it, a long journey that where you can catch up to something, and it is something to where you can become emotionally invested in the characters, and you see them from chapter one until chapter I don't care 1,000 whatever. Like naturally, at least for me, it is going to stick with me, and it's going to end up being a favorite if done right. Which is why when a series that is very short ends up connecting me with me as much as those, like for example, Violet Evergarden, 13 episode series, a couple specials, a couple OVAs. I love that series as much as I love my long running series. So when a short story is able to do that and carry that same weight behind it, it's huge. But that's the advantage for me that long running stories have, which is why when you look at a lot of favorites, you see a lot of long running stories, no matter the medium. I mean, you look at Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad and television, for example, as 4 season/8 season stories. Regardless of what you may think about the 8th season of Game of Thrones, it is still a long running story by television standards for something like that. And I'm not talking about a sitcom. A sitcom can go on for years. But when it comes to a series like that, normally they last. And what I mean by last is how good they are. Last for one season. You notice a lot of those shows, they peak at season one, they peak at season two, and then it goes downhill. But for the greatest shows ever made, if the greatness lasts at least 3 seasons, at least 4 seasons, then it's going to stick with you. And I think that's why even Game of Thrones still sticks with people, because it was so good for so long that even if the television ending didn't meet up to the standards of what came before, it still sticks with people because the amount of time that it was great, the amount of time you could be emotionally invested to the characters, it sticks with people. And that's the way that it is with any other storytelling medium too. And that's why people love the long movies as well. It's all about how consistently, like how many peaks you can get and how long you can be invested and whatnot. That's why so many people love the long running Shonen Jump manga, because it's something that's always there, Yo, Blue Tiger, what's good, yo? Recon, hope you've been doing good pursuing your dreams. Recently finished rewatching the Shogun Assassination arc, Goated. Naturally, I want to rewatch your SA arc live reaction. That's a legendary video, man. Excuse me, still my favorite video on YouTube. To be honest with you, that is still like one of my favorite videos I've ever recorded. Mainly because, of course, of the content that's there, and that being the Goat arc. But I never did anything like that before. The SA arc video at the time, so the stream, I had never reacted to a something like that in that way. If I'd reacted to something, it was like one chapter here, one chapter there, one episode, whatever. But I had never done a catch-up stream like that. And it was crazy, just the time, the place, the arc, an experience I'll never forget, man. I'll never forget. Absolutely goated. Yo, PK, thank you very much. This message retracted. I don't know how happened, but yo, thank you for the super chat, man. I truly appreciate you. But if you want to put the message somewhere in here so you don't have to do it again, just let me know, man. For the message retracted. Act 4 ends chapter 4000. I called it here first. Yo, Nicola, man. Thank you, bro. Love you too, man. I'm gonna keep it going. Keep it trucking, my friend. Yo, Silo Kesh says, yes, I'm painting now listening to you, King. It's just the way it is. Just the way it is, You just gotta keep doing stuff. At least that's the way for me. Like listening to certain content while I'm doing something. It feels like it kind of gets stuff moving, Like even if it's not something creatively, if it's something that you're just let's say you're cleaning, you're at work, especially at work, right? And you're doing something that you've done so many times, you could do it mindlessly. It's good to have something in the background working your mind, right? And it's always good to allow your brain to wander. It's always good to allow your brain to to go out and no matter the field that you're in, even if you're not even in a creative field, it's nice to let your brain wander at times in a positive way. In a negative way, then it really sucks because then you're just stuck on a certain thing. But if you let your brain wander, you can create some really interesting scenarios and whatnot for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, Hazy Devil. I'm planning on getting channel memberships in the future. When I get channel memberships and I can title certain individuals, Hazy Devil is Michael Jordan. Hazy is gonna have the flippin' Jordan crying trophy thing next to his name at all costs. Either that or a golden Santa hat. Mods, we can make it happen. Give this man the golden Santa hat or the Jordan holding the trophy. Because what is this? What in the flying flagnards is this? 100? I can't even process this, bro. 160. Pero Dios mío. Got me out here speaking in Spanish. I can. Dios mío. My God. This man Hazy came in and just flexing. Oh, yo, Hazy, first and foremost, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say, man. I'm in shock. I've got to just lost for words. Holy flag darts. But you guys, like Lazy Mofo says, y'all are wild. But in a good way, man. In a good way. I honestly can't believe this, but yeah. Hazy's the GOAT. Shout out to Hazy. I feel like this man just flexes Conqueror's coding. This man flexes Conqueror's coding. This man came on here. You see the electricity. You see Hazy's name. It has like the Conqueror's coding, Conqueror's hockey going all over the place. This is flipping crazy, dude. Goodness gracious. Thank you so much, Hazy, man. I don't even know what to say. He just real deal used Conqueror's coding, man. That was crazy. No amount of words could ever do that justice, man. Just thank you, Hazy, man. I don't even know what to say. I honestly don't even know what to say, dude. This man came out here and legit just flexed the Conqueror's coding, bro. Hazy out here putting the heavenly tax to shame. Yo, the Celestial Dragons would be after this man's head, dude. The Celestial Dragons would be like, what is going on? Who's donating like this? What's going on? Yo, the Celestial Dragons would real deal be at this man's house right now, dude. They would never allow such a thing to happen. Ayash Nepal says, yo, Recon my G, it's my biggest festival of the year. I just dropped by to say, love your reactions. You are the hype machine. Much love. Yo, Thank you for stopping by, man. Yo, shout out to the festival of the year, man, aka the Fire Festival. But yo, thank you for dropping by. Truly appreciate you. Thank you for that, fam. As he says, I was thinking of a message to add, but realized there's no words to show our appreciation. I appreciate that, man. Words, words are extremely powerful. And words are definitely things that can reach when it comes to, attempting to connect with other individuals. But sometimes a gesture can speak in the same way a photo can speak 1,000 words. A gesture can speak 1,000,000 and whatnot. So I most certainly see what you mean in that regard, but nothing but love, man. Nothing but love, dude. Holy flagnards. The IRS is watching Recon like CP0 watching Robin. Like CP0 watching Robin. Yo, facts, Sage. Shout out to my boy Sage. He says, has he really dropped the Advanced Conquerors hockey? I mean, seriously. Like I said, the lightning going off all over the place. Training Man 360, my favorite number one One Piece YouTuber, dude. That means the world to me, man. That means the world to me. And the reason why that means the world to me is because our community is blessed. The One Piece community is blessed enough to have some of the most talented, skilled, charismatic, and just overall incredible creators in the entire YouTube game. I may not be involved in a lot of different parts of the YouTube game, but in the ones that I have been a part of, the unique skill sets, the unique personalities, the way that this series is structured that allows that to come out of so many of us when it comes from minds, from our hearts, from our souls, it's allowed for a community. This community is so special that when anyone reaches out, regardless of how many subscribers you have, regardless of how much quote-unquote clout hockey you have, whether you're just starting out or you've been here for a decade, it's always on equal ground because we're all here to do the same thing. We're all here to talk about this story. We're all here because we love this series so much that we just want to talk about it with other individuals. And I think that's something that separates our community from other communities. Whereas, yes, individuals can make a career out of this, but it starts off as a passion thing. It starts off as, yo, I have no one else to talk to about the series with. Let me go into this community and have fun here, right, and whatnot. And though our community is filled with a lot of toxicity, as any other community is, the highest of highs in this community are unmatched. They are unmatched. And the people within this community are genuinely some of the most incredible human beings that I've ever met. And so it's when it comes to being labeled something that incredible as like somebody's favorite One Piece tuber, it really hits home because I look at everyone else in the community and how just incredible, not only just as YouTubers here, just incredible human beings that my fellow YouTubers on here are. And so something like that always hits hard. It always hits hard whenever I see that because it's like, yo, it's a special community, man. It's a special community we're in. Yo, Naya, he needs the axe. Where's the handle? Yo, shout out to my boy Naya, man. Shout out to my boy. The handle. Ayush Anand says, hey, Recon just made it. Just wanted to say that I'm a big fan and love your chapter reactions. Yo, much love, bro. Much love, man. Thank you for stopping by. We got to raise Recon's bounty and let him know Recon shouldn't be messed with. Yo, I feel like after this, man, I got to worry about more than just bounty hunters. Man. I got to worry about WG after this stream, son. This is crazy. This is crazy. Do you know some games like Final Fantasy 15 is my favorite game of all time? Have you played any of the other um, like JRPGs that are currently out? I mean, FF15 is very interesting because of the way that it's handled. Right, FF15 has um, it has like semblances of two different directors. You know, Tetsuya Nomura was the one responsible for chapters like 9 and those the ones filled with heavy cinematics and heavy emphasis on the characters, the actions, and how that combined with the gameplay. Whereas Tabata focus, excuse me, more on the road driving with the boys aspect, with the side quests and all that stuff. So if you're looking for a mixture of that, a lot of other Final Fantasy games can provide that for you. FF7 Remake Part One has the Nomura effect. Tabata's not on it, but it has the Nomura effect of heavy cinematics, emphasis on the characters. Except it's like Chapter 9, but for like the whole game. Um, Trails, if you're looking for a series that can, you can invest yourself in terms of the cinematics aren't on the level of like Square Enix, but it gives you character moments within within the world itself that are just second to none, with insane amounts of world building, with phenomenal stories that just blow you away. But that one's turn based. I know Final Fantasy 15 is more of an action game, so that one's turn based. Near Automata is an action game. If you have not played Near Automata, that one is more. It's FF15 is very strange when it comes to its combat system because it is so unique in regards to the other ones in the landscape, because it's really unlike any other Final Fantasy game in that regard. But Near Automata's combat system is more. You have to be more quick on your feet. Yeah, your reflexes have to be more on point. Whereas like an FF15, you could, if you just loaded up on potions and want to get through that game pretty easily. And Near Automata, it has the storytelling elements. It's more avant-garde in the way that it tells its story. It's not as direct. You have to go through multiple different endings, but its gameplay is at the very least like you can dodge out of certain things much easier and whatnot. The DMC series heavy on the action, Bayonetta heavy on the action. So it depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for like story based, the story based side of Final Fantasy 15, then I would definitely recommend stuff like OG Final Fantasies, like Final Fantasy 6, 7, 9, 10. Though granted, like I said, turn based. They're all turn based. Trails turn based. A lot of these games are turn based. Tales of Arise just recently came out as more action based in that way. Still kind of turn based, like a combination of, it's like the FF7R type of system where it is still, it's like action slash turned, but it also has, I mean, I'm not finished with it yet, but it definitely has a great story along with it too. So Tales of Arise, definitely you could check that out. But it depends on what you're looking for. Like I said, if you're looking for the storytelling side, then there's certain recommendations I can give you. If you're looking for the open world, going out and having fun with the boys type of side, and there's another side of that too. Because that's the interesting part about F15 is because it is due to the two directors that worked on the game, with Nomura doing one side and then they got him off the project, and Tabata finishing it, that it turned out the way that it did. So it's a very unique game, a very unique experience, especially in Final Fantasy. Yo, facts. I can't see an axe or a hammer and not think of that. That's hard facts, man. Hard facts. I've only beaten FF1 and FF15, so for the first one, latest one for the mainline series, dude. Definitely one day you should definitely get on. I mean, of course, like the big ones, right? Like 6, 7, 9. Those are extremely good. I mean, by today's standards, it's tough because FF7 for me still holds a special place in my heart. It's hard for me to be extremely critical of it, but by today's standards, if you're going into that game for the first time, it is hard to play. And I'm not talking hard in terms of difficulty. Anybody could go in. I'm talking about hard in terms of going from one side to the other. But you're used to playing retro games anyway, so it shouldn't be that big of an issue. Especially if you played Final Fantasy One. Any other game after Final Fantasy One is great. I feel like that's the hardest game in the series just due to the way the user interface is. But in regards to just looking for something good, I would definitely recommend playing some of the other ones in there. By the way, Naya, Did you ever finish the Metal Gear Solid series and play like anything from like a Snake Eater or Guns or even like a Revengeance? Did you get to play any of those? Yo, my boy Araragi. My guy Araragi. That's a good brother right there, man. Shout out to my boy. Nier Replicant had a remake recently too. That it did. I still need to play that game. I definitely still need that game. The Wolfman, Nier isn't a game, it's an experience, and the best OST ever. Nier is an experience. And Nier is not only an experience, it's I mean, I can only speak for the one that I've played, right? And I've seen a lot of the PS3 Nier game, but I never really completed it. Not like I did in Automata, at least. Automata, when you see the ending credits, there it's something different, man. It is something different. That is a beautiful, beautiful experience. Joyboy says the new Tales game is great if you're looking for a great JRPG. Most certainly looks to be the case out of the stuff I've played of it so far. I love turn-based. Yeah, me too, Misty Old Connie. I really do. Turn-based combat, when done right, is extremely immersive. When you think about games like Paper Mario, when you think about games like Trails, when you think about Persona and games that take their own way of taking the turn-based style, whether they change it from visual aesthetics, or even what was that one game that I played that it did it like on a Resonance of Fate. Resonance of Fate was a PS3 game. It's now on the Xbox, not Xbox, on the PlayStation, PS4 game that it does like the Parasite Eve thing. Parasite Eve is a game with a very interesting turn-based thing as well, where it's like a horror slash classic Final Fantasy combat, but it's done in a kind of action-based kind of. It's very interesting. It's weird in the way it does it, but Resonance of Fate takes that concept that Parasite Eve introduced with like the guns and that type of way, but it brings it in 3D and in like a Advent Children type of world, and it's really really interesting because it allows turn-based style to flourish. It's not like what was the PS2 game? It's not like Flag Nards, man. Red Hair, PS2 game, Shadow Hearts. It's not like Shadow Hearts where you had to get the commands right, where like the clock would tick. You had to get the commands right in order to execute the combo properly. It's not like that, but it is. There's a big learning curve for learning that battle system in Resonance of Fate. So it's kind of like that, and it's a very interesting turn-based battle system. But let me see. Warrior of Light Raw. Hey, the Warrior of Light, man. Yeah, facts. Hard facts. Oh, Breath of Fire. I need to play Breath of Fire. That's what I need to play. I need to play Breath of Fire. I need to get more into Phantasy Star. I've heard some of those games are really, really good. I need to get into Suikoden. I've been told for years. I have been told for so many years. Anytime that I say I'm a fan of Final Fantasy VI, people are like, yo, man, get on Suikoden. And I'm like, I know, man. I know. And after finishing Xenogears, which Xenogears, that's another game with a great turn-based battle system, because the thing that's great about Xenogears is that, and I played this after playing Cold Steel, which one of my favorite things about Cold Steel is the differences when it comes to mecha combat and regular human-based combat. Xenogears does that, but with Xenogears, in order to unlock the S-crafts like you would in Cold Steel through the story, in Xenogears, you have to unlock the death blows in certain ways, right? So going out, just trying to unlock the death blows, learning the combat system in regards to the gears themselves. It's just a very fun battle system. And who doesn't love the fragments? It's good. It's goated. It's goated, man. Xenogears greatness. Nomura will pay for his crimes. I'm on Snake Eater right now. Let's go. Super goat game. Sons of Liberty was so much fun. That game it's only gotten better with time. Metal Gear Solid 2 is such a special game, man. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Let me go get my copy of Metal Gear Solid 2. These are two 50 out of 10 bangers right here, ladies and gentlemen. Look at them. Price tag and all, dude. Look at that thing. Look at that. Yahoo! Legendary games, ladies and gentlemen. Some of the greatest games ever produced by human hands. Hideo Kojima. That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy. Oh, man. I love those two games so much, dude. Like, the thing is, I have a lot of love for MGS4, like so much love. MGS5 has definitely its own good things going for it, and it's something that I've grown to love over time. Is the way that MGS5 was done, but these games, man, like these two, Metal Gear Solid 1, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful games. MGS4 too. I love those four so much, man. Peace Walker, because of my love for Big Boss. Big Boss, arguably still my favorite character ever. Because of my love for Big Boss, like it's just I love that game too, and it's just a great PSP game. But God, man, God, great stuff. But man, two was a special game, man. Sora for Smash, yo, SJ, yo, it's crazy, Terrell, dude. Like we've been wanting Sora and Smash since I met you, dude, back in like 2013. Thinking like that was back before Smash 4. And I remember when Cloud got introduced, we were already like, holy flag nuts. Like what at least for me, that was a huge reveal. That was my dream character, was always to have Cloud and Snake in the same game, but that wasn't the case because Snake wasn't in Smash 4. So when Smash Ultimate got announced, I was like, yo, Cloud and Snake? And then of course, when you have now Sora, like Sora was always my second, dude. I mean, come on. I grew up with Kingdom Hearts, man. So it's like I remember having those speeches or those the lunchroom talks. How awesome it would be to have Sora versus this, Sora versus that. So come on, man. It's childhood dreams. Billy Evans says, have you ever played Hollow Knight? It's something me and my brother have dabbed in a little bit. I have not completed it, but we have dabbed in a little bit. I got it for free on from the PlayStation Store, so I definitely look forward to diving into that in the future. The AI Campbell speech on the digital age that gave me chills. One of the greatest moments ever, man. That game is over 2 decades old and perfectly predicted how humans would inevitably use the internet and whatnot. Exactly, dude. Hideo Kojima was so ahead of his time when it comes to MGS2. The concept also of self-freedom and how differentiating who you want to be versus who you actually are. And that's one of the reasons why Raiden is also one of my favorite characters in Metal Gear, because Snake made him realize that. And I love that idea, that concept of wanting to be. That's why I love Yamato so much, of wanting to be somebody else, but then you lose yourself along the way. And somebody has to tell you, especially if it's coming from the person that you want to be, like, hold up, roll it back. You are who you are. You're not me. So stop trying to be me and be you. And I love stuff like that. Like, just in the simplest of terms, I really enjoy stuff like that. Death Stranding. So the Wolfman, I was gonna get Death Stranding like 4 different times, right? The first time I was gonna get that game, something else came out that stopped me from doing it. The second time I was gonna get that game, I got into the Trail series, which took away all other games but that for like a year. Then I was gonna get it with this HD collection coming out, or not another HD collection, the remaster that just recently came out. But I think that came out around the same time as Metroid Dread, and Metroid Dread for me was top priority besides Kudo no Kiseki. So I had to play Metroid Dread before Kudo comes out. So something keeps getting in my way before flipping before I play Death Stranding. So one of these days I'm gonna play that game. One of these days. I'm not in a rush because I know once I get a Hideo Kojima experience, it's unlike any other. So when I get to it, I'll get to it. but I'm looking forward to getting into it because, like Roggy says right here, it definitely feels more like an experience in a game. That's what it looks like from the outside looking in too. From the outside looking in, it definitely feels like more of an experience than a game. Though the gameplay does remind me of Metal Gear somewhat from the little bit I've seen. But exactly, then we got Sephiroth. It should have been Riku. Bro, Naya, did you see how fresh they made Roxas look? Like Roxas being the final legend spirit. My boy Roxas. My boy Roxas, baby. My boy Roxas. Yo, yeah, Roggy, that Sephiroth reveal might still be the best trailer for a Smash reveal out of all of them. That trailer was insane. Absolutely insane. Is that Derek Davis? Oh, yo, it's great to see you in one of these, man. I've known Derek Davis for years, bro. Shout out to Derek Davis. What's good, my boy? Have you read Vagabond? I have read Vagabond. It is the Kojiro flashback. When I didn't, I think I've only done one of these, and I plan on doing it again. But the last time that I did the like a favorite arcs list on the old channel, I think it was, the Kojiro flashback was in my top 10. I love the Kojiro flashback, man. It's a series that I need to go back and re-experience again because I read it, I think when I was in college. So there's many things that I don't remember, but the things that I do remember, excuse me, have stuck with me for these couple of years. The thing with Vagabond though is that it's the same thing I have with Urasawa works is 20th Century Boys for so many years has remained like my staple, like one of my favorite series ever made. So as much as I love Monster, Billy Bat, all of those, when I talk about my favorite manga, I always like to include just one per author. So I'll talk about 20th Century Boys in regards to Urasawa. As much as I love Monster, as much as I love Billy Bat, Pluto, all those. But I'll talk about 20th Century Boys. And so with Inoue, because of my love for Real and Slam Dunk, Real was like almost in my top 5 when I first finished that series. So like I love those two series. It's my love for sports manga. So like I always forget to talk about Vagabond, but it is a really special story. The Kojiro flashback, like I said, is one of my favorite arcs ever, man. It's so good. Patrick says Death Stranding is not for everyone, but it's like a piece of art. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. That well, honestly, like any video game, it's it's something that's not for everyone. As much as I may love certain things, like I think that like something like, for example, I don't know, man, NBA Street Volume 2. NBA Street Volume 2 for me is the perfect sports video game, right? I love that game to the high flagnards. Maybe there's somebody out there that thinks that game is trash and they would rather have a regular NBA 2K game over NBA Street Volume 2. I may think that's blasphemous, but others may not think that's the case. You feel me? Repping my Chicago Bulls. Yes, sir. I'm not a Bulls fan, but gotta put some respect on Jordan. You know what I mean? I need to get a LeBron jersey. So what I've been planning on doing is I need to get a LeBron jersey because I want to have specific jerseys for certain characters. So like I want to have the Jordan LeBron jersey for Roger and Luffy, and then I also need I need an Eagles jersey for whenever something's making me mad in the chapter because nothing makes me more angry than the Philadelphia Eagles. So if in the future something ever makes me mad in any manga, I can just pull out the Eagles jersey and be like, yo, y'all know how I feel about this chapter. If I pull out the Eagles jersey, I'm mad. I am mad because no one makes me more angry than the flipping Eagles. You feel me? The Sephiroth reveal was funny because my friends yelled in my ear at the first keynote of One Winged Angel. I was like, shut up. Yeah, that's just the way it was. Like when you first hear dun 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 dun, I yelled in my brother's ear too. I was like, yeah. I started shaking him. I was like, yeah, Sephiroth. I was losing my mind, dude. Yo, Raghav, what's good, yo? What's good? Try Horizon Zero Dawn. Trust me, I love me some Horizon Zero Dawn. I didn't play it upon release because when that game released, unfortunately, it came out around the same time as Zelda and Breath of the Wild. Zelda, that's my jam, right? So I played that for 2 months straight, didn't touch anything else. I played Horizon Zero Dawn when they came out with the complete edition that brought the Frozen Wilds DLC. That's the one that I played. Great game. Great game. Looking forward to Horizon Zero Dawn Part 2. It looks just magnificent. It looks like it's taking full advantage of the PS5 hardware. It looks so good, man. So good. Looking forward to that one. February is going to be pretty loaded. When are you drawing Nami Halloween piece? Yo, M-Sphere! When are you drawing Nami Halloween piece and also land into a King Recon live stream? Oh, so you are drawing a Nami Halloween piece? That's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see M-Sphere. Shout out to M-Sphere. Shout out to M-Sphere. Sanji already fought Kaido. He cooked him in his cooking spinoff. The hype man himself is doing a Q&A. Yeah, man, we're just having some fun here. Planning on wrapping it up relatively soon, but having some fun here, man. Just having some fun. Best 3 games you've played this year. So because I've mainly been playing a lot of the same ongoing games this year, let me see. This year, because a lot of the ones that I started playing, I finished this year. So if that counts, Hajimari no Kiseki is my number 1. The Trails into Reverie. I finished that in, I think it was January, for obvious reasons, but that would probably be my number 1. My number 2 at this point, I have had so much fun with Metroid Dread. I would probably go with that one, number 2, just because I've been dying for a Metroid game, and this one has had me like, I've been going crazy on this game ever since it came out. I've been loving, or ever since I got it, and I've been loving it so much. That's either number 2, number 3. And then the last one, man. Now listen, dude. There has been some fantastic and fun experiences that I've had this year, but hold on, where is it? Where is it? Hold up. Let me get it real quick. Hold on. 1 second. Let me mute myself real quick. I thought I played it on the Switch, but there was an indie game that I played that really left an impact on me. It's on the PlayStation. I don't want to butcher its name, but I really enjoyed it, dude. Let me pull it up real quick. Because like I said, I spent a majority of this year in my gaming time playing stuff like Warzone and like the ongoing ones, but I did play quite a few indie games this year. And let me pull up the collection real quick. Dog, I had so much fun playing. There's this game called Zero Strain on the PS. Whoa! Good Lord. Once again, continuing the crazy day. The crazy day we've had so far is Pirate King Jew with the 50. 50? Today's been a crazy day, man. I don't even know what to say, dude. This is nuts. This is legit nuts, dude. Pirate King Jew, thank you so much for that, man. He just says GOAT Recon with the 50. You are the GOAT. You are the GOAT, yo. Y'all are the wings of the king right now, man. This is nuts. Today's been a crazy day, bro. Crazy day. Crazy, crazy day. But Naya, I played, there's this, so I guess this represents, because I've been playing a lot of indie games this year. And I think the one that represents that the most for me was Zero Strain. It's a, it's one of those like bullet hell type of games, but I think the most interesting part about this one that I really enjoyed, because it's between this and Zone of the Enders. I played Zone of the Enders for the first time this year as well. And they both have a very similar thing going for it, where I just genuinely enjoyed having fun. You know, whenever you don't have like a good reason or something, you just have fun whenever you play the game. That's how I felt with playing Zero Strain. It was just one of those games I would put on and play while listening to a podcast or something. And I really enjoyed it. I think I should start playing more indie games like it. It was really nice. And then so let me see. Zero Strain would represent the indie games. Hajimari would represent an actual like game that I finished this year. And then third, Metroid. I would go Metroid Dread just because of how much I loved it. But I would actually honestly have to have a fourth, and it's a game that didn't come out this year. But I've been playing Resonance of Fate. I haven't completed it yet, but like I said, it is a PS3 game that's now on PS4. And I have been loving it so much, man. And it's more for the storytelling aspect of it, less from the gameplay standpoint. The storytelling aspect of it has just been a blast. Like, you know, whenever you're with a group of characters and you actually like spending time with them, you actually really enjoy just going around about and everything. I like this game a lot. So it'll probably be those four, just based on the, you know, what they represent throughout the year so far. I've been really enjoying it. Those four games this year specifically that I finished, because I went on like a super huge gaming spree at the end of last year. And then this year was just either finishing certain games or starting them and not finishing. So, for example, I started Ys 8 and I was loving that. I just have not finished it yet. So I need to finish Ys 8. I need to finish Yakuza 7, which I was adoring that. And then stuff just started popping off and I haven't gotten back to it. But there's a lot of games I need to finish. So when I start finishing those, then we'll probably have a different thing. But for right now, it'll be those four. Love those four. Yo, Pirate King Jew is crazy, man. Pirate, you guys are goats. Amir Jalisi comes in with a 2. Yo, shout out to Amir Jalisi, yo. Only 2? Yo, trust me, man. Anything that y'all decide to give in any type of way, because y'all don't have to do that, bro. Like I said, your very existence is enough, man. The fact that individuals decide to give anything at all it's huge to us, man. It really is. But y'all are goated, man. Only 2. those two are directed into my soul, bro. Injected into my veins. Thank you for that, Amir, man. Truly appreciate you, dog. Hey, Recon, if you want 3 very atmospheric and very good indie games, check out What Remains of Edith Finch. I played that one. Inside and Soma. Soma, I feel like I know that. Hold on. So Inside, I have on the 360. That one was a very, very good indie game. I don't remember if I finished it. That was done by the same people who did Limbo, correct? I don't remember if I finished that one. But I know for a fact that I played What Remains of Edith Finch. On the Xbox, because I think they put that on Game Pass, if I'm mistaken. That's when I checked that one out. And Soma sounds interesting. Soma game. Do I know this? I have not played this. Soma. So Soma, it looks like Dead Space. Is that what this is? It's like Dead Space? Okay. Looks like Dead Space. Sweet. Looking forward to that then, man. So yeah, I'm trying to I'm just trying to play like I don't know. I've been on an indie game spree this year. I guess it's because just a limited amount of time. Doing a lot of college work. I just wanted to play stuff that I can only take me like an hour or two to finish, and some of them have taken me way longer than that. I've ended up platinuming quite a few indie games just because they've just been a blast, and I like seeing individuals, produce their craft, and people that aren't relatively well known in the industry. I like seeing how the stuff they create because a lot of it is extremely good. And though I've played indie games in the past quite a bit, but this year I've just gone on a spree, man. And I think it is due to the whole college, just going back to college aspect of it. And I just wanted to play stuff that I know I can complete in relatively soon, because I usually do play games that take a long time. I mean, come on. I play a lot of JRPGs. Is that Pirate King out there? Bro, we've broken records today. We have broken records today. This is crazy. This is legit crazy, dude. I don't even know what to say, bro. I don't even know what to say. This man, Pirate King Jew, comes in with the 50. Need some water. Love you, Recon. No, I love you. Yo, your content brings fulfillment in my dude. That hits home. Also, Luffy solo CP0. That's facts. He conquers hockey, conquers coding. They're out cold. They're out cold. Are you kidding me? But in terms of the content bring fulfillment, bro, dude, that hits home, man. That hits home. Truly, truly, thank you for the kind words. Thank you for your kind gesture. Holy flagnars, bro. This man dropped 250s. Pirate King Jew, man. You know how I was like, yo, Hazzy's gonna wear the Jordan jersey? Pirate King Jew might have to wear the flipping might have to give him like a Giannis jersey or something, dude. This man is putting up MVP numbers. This is crazy. This is insane. Holy flagnards. Cop yourself a PS5, buddy. You deserve it, man. Dude, I already copped one, man. I already copped one, dude. I got lucky and blessed enough to be able to get it near its release. And got it with Spider-Man. Love the flagnards out of that. But Santa Haddix Jordan collab. Yo, Pirate King is a legend. That's right, Rocky. He really is, man. It really is. What's your favorite One Piece arc? It shifts. It changes. So, like, depending on the day, there's right now at this given point in time, there's 4 that where like they rotate. So at this point in time, the rotation is Water 7, Marineford, Skypiea, and Wano. And one day I'll get into depth and whenever I do like my favorite arcs list, whenever I figure out which one is my true favorite on that day, it's never going to end up being a true favorite. I mean, Skypiea for like the past like year was my number one. Most recently, just went through Marineford again. I feel like that's my number one. A lot of the time when I'm writing, I think about Water 7 as my number one because of how incredible a story that is. So it depends on the day. But when I finish reading a chapter on Fridays and watching an episode on Saturdays, you guys believe Wano is like, holy flagnards, that's the GOAT, you feel me? So it just depends on the day. But those four are my favorites for several different reasons. Some of them going deep, some of them going deep into, it affecting me personally and whatnot. But most of my top 10 is like that. But it's just a variety of different factors. But those are my four Yonko. And for the fifth Emperor, Arlong Park, I don't think will ever leave my favorite arcs list or my top 5. Even though I know in my heart that I prefer Whole Cake or I prefer a lot of stuff in Dressrosa over the content of Arlong Park. Arlong Park is the reason why I got into anime and manga. Arlong Park is the reason why I'm sitting in this chair. Arlong Park is such a well-told short story with so much packed into it, symbolically, ideologically. It just the themes. It is such a well-told story, and it's done so early on that it's hard for me to take it out of the top 5. And I feel the same way about Drum Island. Those are two arcs that mean so much to me, specifically when it comes to my original journey of going through the series. It's an arc that means the world to me, which is why Arlong Park is going to be so hard to take out of my top 5. Even though arcs may come in the future that I may enjoy more, it's just really, really tough because it's the reason I'm here. I love that story so much. But yo, Naya, man, God bless, bro. Take care. 20K, man. Hopefully soon, bro. But yo, you take care of yourself, man. Thank you very much for stopping by. Hope nothing for the rest. Hope nothing for the best from the best for you. And I flippin' really can't wait to see what you think about Metal Gear Solid 3, dude. Thank you very much, brother. Holy flagnards. What a crazy day. Are you a Soulsborne fan? I have dabbled in the series a bit, but I can't call myself a fan because I have not really played through a majority of the games. I do love listening to the lore about it, though. Like, I want to get into it because it's such a great example of environmental storytelling. Such a great example of telling the story through your the items and through what's on the walls and through the character dialogues and having to. It's like a puzzle. You're solving a puzzle through the games, and I really like that. I like that a lot. I've played. I told this story before, but I played Sekiro. Really enjoyed that. And then the 3 Dark Souls games. My cousin is a massive fan of that, so I mainly just watched him play it. And just seeing the dialogue that's stated there, whenever he looks through the items and I see the stories in the items, it's a series that fascinates me. I just need to get into it. I have Bloodborne. I just have not popped it in yet. And there's some characters in Bloodborne that look really cool. They look really, really dope. So I know it's a series I'm going to like. I just have not gotten invested into it yet. Elden Ring mega hype. That's right. Elden Ring looks amazing. It looks amazing. Yo, Andre Villafranca, what's good, man? Have you read the Baki and One Punch Man manga? I own some of the One Punch, but I have not dabbled into One Punch Man manga much. I'm going to, though, because I need to get into that greatness. Excuse me. I've only watched the anime and read like a few scenes and chapters from the manga and I've seen a couple panels. It looks amazing. And like I said, I own some of it. So the stuff that I have read from the parts that I've owned of it looks amazing. And Baki, I have not read Baki yet. I've seen a lot of scenes because I have some family members that are into the Netflix series. And so I've seen quite a few scenes. And it looks like a flippin' meathead show that I would love, but I just haven't gotten into it yet. Brez Boy said no One Piece today, so the Pirate King is giving you something to react to. The people's champ for sure, Pirate. That's true. That's facts. That's hard facts. Yo. Cannot wait to see how Roof Piece is handled. Yo, facts. I cannot wait to see how Roof Piece gets handled either. Like, could you just imagine what they did with the... Also, before I answer that, Safama says Dressrosa speak One Piece according to Daniel Green. I haven't watched the video yet, but I saw his title and I was like, let's go. The reason why I'm so happy about that is because there has been this overwhelming umbrella lately about Dressrosa. And trust me, I was a part of the weekly experience. I remember how people felt about the arc. I remember how I felt about the arc. You know, Dressrosa was not sunshine and rainbows. There was definitely some good and there was definitely some extremely long weeks of like, man, we need to progress forward with the story. But on retrospect, that is a phenomenal arc, man. It is a phenomenal arc, and it's a lot of people's favorite arcs for a reason. As long as it is, it's an amazing story. And so when I saw that from Daniel Green, I was like, bro. And I love it because people put so much respect on his name, on what he states and whatnot. So like I'm so happy. I'm so happy that Daniel Green said it because now it'll be taken like with more regard, and I like that. I love it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say about it because I haven't watched the video yet. But going back to Hazy about Roof Piece, y'all saw this latest episode. There's been at least 3 movie level episodes in Onigashima. We're not even at Roof Piece yet. Wait until 992 gets animated, 997, 999, and then once we get to 1000, man, oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Greatness. Yo, Dominator K5 was good, man. It's good to see you, bro. Alcien coming in. 999. Shout out to Alcien. Holy flagnards. Thoughts. Zoro has to make Enma not cut. Making a blade that cuts through the bottom of hell. Not cut means to cut anything. Zoro Sensei is in chapter 194. A blade that enters all touches isn't really a sword. So what you're telling me, Alcien or AICN, is that Zoro has to make Enma a blade that can't cut anything. Going back to the Mr. One battle, to where it can cut everything. So it becomes more of a real hockey thing, right? To where rather than cutting him physically, he can cut him to where he can slice. But as he slices, it's internal damage rather than external damage. Is that what you're saying? Because I find that to be a very interesting concept if that's the case. That's a very, very interesting concept if that's the case. Please elaborate on that. That's a very, very interesting. Is that what you mean? Because Enma not cutting, you've already seen what it's doing now. Enma cut off the horn of Onigashima. Enma cut Kaido. It's capable of a lot of different things. However, to defeat King, that may not be necessary, or not necessary, but it may not be what's required. So if Zoro were to have his real hockey here bloom, to where it cuts internally, that's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. But thank you very much, fam. Yo, Hyena626, what's good, man? What's good, bro? Shadow, another thing to follow up on the writing subject. Did it take you a while to go from pure conceptualization and thinking about the basic ideas to actually writing stuff down? Originally, kind of. And what I mean by that is when I first got into this idea, I was already writing pretty regularly. So it was just, I never thought anything of like making a career and a story out of it. So I started writing it because I was so heavily inspired at the time by One Piece and by wanting to go out and create something that could reach others as well. That when I just thought about first thing that came to mind, first couple things, ideas started hitting. And then I was like, hold on, you know what? I like this. And I just started writing it. And going in. What I meant by not initially is that was how everything originally came to be. After a while, though, yes. And thank God, honestly, that it's changed. Because going from the concept to the basic ideas to actually writing, that is a massive process. Or at least it became a massive process. I had the initial draft in front of me that I originally created. And then I was like, how can I take this and produce what I actually want to say? Because I'm a write first, think later guy, and / think first, write later. Like it depends on the situation. So going from the initial idea that I wrote down to then being like, hold on, I can do this. I can do something with this. And going from that to then actually writing it for the past couple of years was a very long process. Thankfully, this year, it has been cut down extremely, and it was mainly due to me setting a deadline for myself. When I told myself at the beginning of the year, I want to finish this by October 31st, it has created a situation to where I'm like, hold on, I need to finish this by a certain date. I can't stay in the conceptualization stage or in the idea making stage for so long. And so then my mindset shifted and it changed to where now it was more so writing, and the ideas that I originally came up with that I couldn't use were coming back. And they were, while I was writing, it was serendipity more. So like I had the original outline, but it was more of a discovery process. And I would much rather have that, honestly, than conceptualization going into ideas. And the reason why I say that is because when you're thinking about a concept for too long, when thinking about an idea for too long, it can change a lot and evolve a lot. And that's a good thing. But too much of that can cause you to never actually sit down and write it. And that was an issue that I was having for the past couple of years because I wanted to get the idea so perfect, because I wanted to get the idea so well. It caused me to just not write at all because of how that process can go. And it's different for different writers. You know what I mean? I'm sure for George R.R. Martin, he's still stuck in that stage at this point in time. He has so many things he wants to say, but he's trying to figure out a way to execute it and whatnot. So it's different for every writer. But for me, I've discovered that giving myself a deadline shortens that amount of time dramatically because it is a process that takes a lot of time, man. A lot of time. I mean, I feel that heavily. That's basically what I'm going through right now. It's a tough process, bro, you know? Especially when you're originally coming up with the idea because you still don't know exactly how to go about it. You don't know exactly which way you want things to go. And even if you start writing it, you still don't know, like, Flagnards, where is this going to end up? And even if you know the ending, how do we get there? And it's like a lot of different things you have to think about. And it can cause you to be stuck. And so my biggest advice to you would be to just write. Just say screw it and write and just be like, hold on, you know what? I got to keep going. I got to keep moving at all costs because if not, it's never going to be written. So that would be my advice to you, honestly, because I know how you feel, bro. I went through the same thing. 2? This man, Pirate King Jew, bro. What is going on with him? Pirate King Jew states, let's create a manga together. Fam, hit me up. Let's get it done. This is nuts. Pirate King Jew and Hazy in this stream, flippin' just said, you know what? Wings. Wings. This is crazy. We broke records today. We seriously broke records today. I don't even know what to say. But Pirate King Jew, if you're serious about this manga creation process, it is most certainly something that that is just it'll be an interesting undertaking to even attempt to create a manga, because I created a comic with my friend Moose. We worked together in order to create and publish his story. I just helped him out with the editing process and whatnot. But it's a very interesting process in creating a comic. Creating a comic takes a lot of hard work. It was much harder than originally anticipated, and honestly gave me more appreciation for manga artists because it's a very hard line of work, man, to create a comic. So it's tough, man. It's tough. The world of comic creation is tough. But if you're serious about it, you create that manga, man, and go up in like somewhere. But thank you. Holy, this man said 3, bro. 3. Good Lord. I'm sweating. I was 150, dog. You see this, Azzy? To be honest, when it comes to writing, there's important steps to take early on to end up writing deadlines, notes, and drafts, compartmentalization of your story posts. Exactly. 100%. 100%. And notes and drafts specifically is something that I've seen so much of in this particular draft. The note-taking process has always helped me, but in regards to drafts, I never realized the importance of drafts until this year. Like, drafts are so important to your overall process, man, and what each draft does to your story and getting it right, it's crazy. It's 2 more, bro. Y'all are crazy. I was actually planning on wrapping up soon. Holy. Okay, so I'm gonna go for 12 more minutes. 12 more minutes will be 1 o'clock. But oh my god, look at this. This is crazy. Alcien comes in once again, 9.99. Bless Alcien. Remember, it said that Enma injured Kaido. I think Kozaburo made Wano a blade that cuts nothing and made Enma a blade that cuts anything to train the swordsman for the pinnacle of swordsmanship in chapter 194. Wado, a blade that cuts nothing. I see. So Zoro is now going to have a blade that cuts nothing and Enma that can cut anything. Oh, that's really cool. So it will allow Zoro, if those are to become his 2 black blades, then it's going to allow him to cut nothing and anything. Thus, nothing will be uncuttable. And now when he attains these 2 blades and masters them, he can finally take on Mihawk. I love that idea, Alcien. I really do. I love that idea. Thank you for that. That's very, very true. That is very, very true. That is very true. Animaniac 89 comes in with a 5. If Sanji gets any more hype moments in 1029, I may go crazy. We're going crazy then, man, because I'll tell you what. Sanji, the Sanji greatness is only going to continue. I would even go as far as to say we haven't even seen peak Sanji in this arc. Because I feel like Sanji and Zoro are about to show off their biggest feats as characters. I'm talking in terms of character moments and in strength and hype in the coming chapters. So Sanji greatness in 1029, rather than going, I would say expect to go crazy, because the Sanji greatness is not gonna stop. It is not gonna stop, man. So you already know, hype moments incoming. Hype moments incoming. We're all gonna go crazy. We're all gonna go crazy for that, man. Sweet Flagnards. But thank you very much for the 5, bro. I truly appreciate you, dog. Recon, now don't end. You'll be a millionaire. At this point, this is crazy. But yeah, no, we've broken records today. It's kind of crazy. But I have to end soon because I gotta go take care of my brother here in a bit. I actually had to end this a little earlier. I told him, give me a little bit. I'm having a lot of fun talking to. It's always nice to be able to come on here and talk to y'all, right? Because normally it is, because of my time constraints and time restrictions. It's normally just me with the camera, and though I really enjoy doing that, it's always really fun to just come on here and talk to y'all. It truly is, because it gives us an opportunity to have that back and forth. It gives an opportunity for me to see what y'all are thinking in live form, which almost never happens, at least for me on YouTube. Like, I normally record the reaction or video, whatever, and I'll upload it. Got to go do something, and then when I come back, I'll go and read the comments and see how y'all are feeling. So it's not an instant communication. You know what I'm saying? But drafts is a big milestone of writing for sure. It took me further when I graduated and started doing them, and also beta reading, bringing in new perspectives. Absolutely. That's another one of the reasons, Rocky, why I went back to school, because I'm so overprotective of my craft, which is why you remember that speech in Cold Steel 1 between Laura and Reen when they were talking about swordsmanship and the conversation that they had in regards to Laura, the back and forth they had in regards to swordsmanship, the pride behind it, criticisms behind all that stuff. It hit home for me because I struggle so much with that. I've had some very bad experiences of people reading something that I've created and getting that feedback that just really hurt, to where it's honestly created like this thing I want to get rid of, which is like a fear of somebody reading what I've written. And I've worked on that slowly but surely over the years, but it's still there. And I've been trying so hard to get rid of it. I've been trying so hard to stop it, which is why I decided that now in school, now there's no like I have no choice. If I want to pass the class, I need the professor to read this. So there is no, oh, I'm not going to send this because I'm scared. If I'm too scared to send it, I'm going to lose out on all the money that I spent to take this class. So it's forcing me to accept what people are saying. I'm all for accepting criticism, and I'm all for accepting anything that can make it better. It's just like I said, because I've been so scarred with those other memories of what people have stated. It's something that I need to get over from a psychological standpoint up here first. And so the beta reading process is the next part that I'm definitely going to work on. Hopefully with this current draft that I'm working on, after I revise it in November, I will be able to share it with some individuals that I have close trust in. And I want to tell them first and foremost, above all things, be completely honest, man. Like 110%. I would much rather take somebody speak from the heart than, give me some surface garbage of, oh, this is great, when in actuality they thought it was trash, because that's the only way I can improve. You know what I'm saying? And I realize that's a part of the process, 110%. I just need to get over that hump in my own head, like 100%. Devin Jackson says, when you're going to get back on the Detective Conan greatness, I'm actually already caught up. I just need to get back to making content on it, and I'm caught up to the manga. Or actually, I think I'm behind now. But the last chapter I read was with Chihaya, with the Chihaya police stuff. That's the chapter. That's after I read. My goal right now is to start a Song of Ice and Fire reread and take as many notes as possible for my writing, since my story is heavily inspired by structurally. That's actually a great idea. I did that with One Piece, because my series is heavily inspired by One Piece as well, and any other series that that have any inspiration, because creativity is really hiding your inspirations, right? It's taking these things you're inspired by and putting your own unique twist and whatnot on it, and I feel like, so for you, right, and it comes to that Song of Ice and Fire, or if you're heavily inspired in a character arc in regards to Guts or Griffith, just putting an example, or inspired by the way that Crollo remains such a staple and incredible figure for antagonists, because we got nothing but what we got from him. We never needed a backstory, and he's still so fascinating. Like, stuff like that is inspirational. And I feel like whenever you go back and you reread something like that, let's just say that's why I love going back to episode 51 for Hunter x Hunter, because I think that's the perfect character introduction. And I think that's the perfect way of handling the introduction of a villain without giving away too much. You give away almost nothing. And yet the intrigue has lasted so long, we're still interested in the character today. And so when you study stuff like that in your favorite stories and you figure out why that is, that to me is one of the most important parts of the writing process, because once again, you're writing what you love to read. Ichiro Oda stated, and I believe, that he writes for his 15-year-old self. No one else in mind but his 15-year-old self. And the reason for that is because his 15-year-old self was probably in the stage, like all of us were when we were that age, of exploring and finding anything that we found interesting. And so that's why Oda, anything he finds interesting, he tries to put into the story, which is what has caused it to be this long. But he writes it for his 15-year-old self and what he would have found interesting. And so looking at it through that lens, I think that's something that we can all take from, where what makes us move, what makes us want to read a story, those are the things that we should strive to write, because that's what excites us. Like, somebody comes to me and they're like, yo, I love isekai. I can't be like, yo, don't create that garbage because it's oversaturated, or not even just isekai, like any other thing that is oversaturated in the market, for example. I can't be like, yo, don't write that or whatever, because that's what's in their heart. And maybe what's in their heart is going to be what takes that thing to the next level. I'm pretty sure when it comes to Shonen Jump battle manga in the mid 90s, everybody was like, yo, we've seen enough of this, especially over there in Japan. They're like, yo, Dragon Ball is the best to ever do it. Yu Yu Hakusho is the best to ever do it, whatever the case may be. And then One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach came out, and it changed the game again. Very same rules, same structure, but took it to that next level and the next evolution. Now we see that nowadays. My Hero Academia, Black Clover, Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man. Same structure. Well, not necessarily Chainsaw Man, but kind of. But same structure, but just taking that evolution to the next process and to the next field. All coming from inspiration from what came in the past and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping this up relatively soon. I'll do a few more right here. Yo, facts to Wolfman. Crazy how Oda said Sanji won't be cool after this arc to his voice actor. He straight up lied. Straight up lied, dude. Sanji's so goated right now. You have no idea how much that means to me, Michael Schultz. He says, whatever you create a book or a comic, I'm buying it day one. I truly appreciate that, man. I truly do. You have no idea how much that means to me. M-Series says, I'm getting into game concept art. So what you said about sitting on ideas is what's been happening to me really recently. So thank you. Dude, so since you're talking about game concept art, last year, I watched, there was one channel I watched a lot. I don't remember the name of it. But it was during the Modern Warfare 2019 life cycle where Rust came out. And I love listening to podcasts while playing on something I'm familiar with. And I'm very familiar with Call of Duty, so I like listening to podcasts. But there was this one idea brought up about concept art and the reason why those books exist. Because I never really thought about the books of game concept art books and why they exist. I know it exists for the fans, right? For me, I have some for Zelda, Metal Gear, and stuff like that. But from an artist standpoint, when you look at those concept books, you look at it from a different lens. And so it opened my eyes to wanting to go out and explore certain game concept art books and how they can help in the overall process. And what I found is that depending on the game, those concept art books are different in the way that they are. Their story's different even. So let's just say you pick up a Soulsborne book. It's going to be dramatically different than a Zelda concept art book. And why is that? It's because one is going to be looked at from a children's lens, the other one's from an adult lens. And it kind of just turned the thing a little bit where I was like, it made me appreciate the genius of just game concept art in general, because it really is something of like, hold on. A certain part of the landscape is really about, figuring out the demographic, or not even necessarily that, but what type of art style can fit so that it fits that game and the demographic it's going for. If you're catching my drift. So for example, Captain Underpants, if you know what that is, looks the way that it does because it's catered towards children, and it works. It works extremely well. It doesn't have the insane stuff like Vagabond in art, but it works for that story. And I absolutely... Oh my goodness. Pirate King Ju and Hazy, the wings of this stream, the wings of King Recon at this point in time. came in once again. 4. Pirate King Jew just says, bye Recon and stream. I love you all. Pirate King Jew, thank you very much, man. I don't even know what to say, bro. Like I guess I have no words to be able to express my gratitude. But Hazzy too, man. Oh my goodness, Hazzy, bro. You know, I don't know what to say, dude. This man drops another 160. Yo. Oh man. Yo, Ragnar, what's good, dude? Shout out to my boy Ragnar in the chat. My goodness, Hazzy. Yo, Hazzy's out here trying to get me captured. Yo, Hazzy might be a member of CP0 low-key, dude. Hazzy might be ex-Drake. Hazzy might be on a phone call. I think both Hazzy and Pirate King Jew are ex-Drake and Kobe. They're trying to get me captured, man. They're trying to get the Celestial Dragon taxes coming my way, dude. This is crazy. Oh my goodness. They're trying to get me captured, bro. You guys, I mean, yo, I have no words. Every single person who did this in this stream, I have no words, man. I mean, seriously, from the individual yesterday that donated 100 yen to this craziness I've been seeing today, just you guys, man, I don't know what to say, man. Like, seriously, just thank y'all, man. Thank you for the kind gestures. I'm speechless. Truly speechless, man. Pirate King Jew Goat. Hazzy, like I said, Hazzy, when we get the channel membership thing going, you're getting the golden Santa hat, dude. Whatever we have to do for it, you're getting the golden Santa hat. You're getting the golden Santa hat. You're getting the golden Santa hat, man. This is crazy. So I'll answer a few more questions and then I'm out, man. Because I don't know if we could. I don't know if the stream could get any better than that. That's crazy. Y'all are insane. Y'all are insane, dude. I don't even know what to say. Kennedy Miyamoto says, glad to catch the end of this recon. I was in here before, but had work. Much love from Twitter, family dog. Is Kenshiro versus Raul the pinnacle of Fist of the North Star? I would say so. And by pinnacle, I mean, and not only is it the most iconic, but it's also the buildup of so many chapters. You know, it has that. It was like the original Pain arc. It was Kenshiro versus Raul. It was the original, long form story heading towards one thing in Shonen Jump manga. And though that has been presented in the past, I feel like Fist of the North Star was like what made it iconic in terms of having this one character that's built up for so long, and you have that face off between two of them. And then that, of course, would lead into the Pain arc, lead into all the stuff that would happen later on. So I would definitely say it is the pinnacle, personally. Crazy. The clouds spitting, yeah. Powerful God I know is spitting facts. The clouds have been spitting the whole flipping the whole time, man. The clouds have truly been splitting. Yo, Simple. I mean, I genuinely almost teared up there for a sec. I was like, yo, because the thing is that, you know, to do such a kind gesture means there's an emotional connection there, man. And I truly do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, man. Like it's insane to me. It really is. The amount of support that I continuously get on this channel. And it's nothing but love, bro. It really is. It's like Flagnards. Marineford or Water 7, it depends on the day. Depends on the day for me personally. They both do things that are extremely well. But I don't even know if I can answer that. My brain is fried right now. My brain is fried right now, dude. Yo, Marineford or Water 7, man. I mean, right now I feel like I have Marineford because I just recently was going through it again, so I probably have Marineford. But most of the time I do have Water 7 higher because the thing is, I don't include Marineford just by itself, just like I don't include Water 7 by itself. I have Marineford, post Marineford, Return to Sabaody. I categorize that together. And so Marineford, post Marineford, Return to Sabaody, I have that right now over Water 7 in his lobby. But just those two arcs, I honestly have to go Water 7. But we'll talk about that in the future. We'll talk about it in the future. I just my brain, my brain. Vex says my mirror 60 can't even beat these two goats. Yo, you're a goat too, Vex, man. Because you didn't have to do that either, bro. None of y'all had to do this, man. Not seriously. And just the fact that y'all did, it means so much, bro. It really, really does. Yeah, I'll answer a few more, and then I'm gonna be out of here, man. And trust me, whenever I leave, the very first thing that I'm doing is I'm gonna let out a couple of the tears I've been holding in this stream because my God Almighty, yo, you guys are making me choke up here, man. This is crazy. Even simply being here is more than enough. This community is a gem. I truly do agree with that, man. Simply just being here, communicating with y'all, just being a part of this community is such an and it's an experience I'll never forget. You know, even when One Piece is over, even whenever we're done with this for years, I'm always gonna think back on these times in extremely high regard. And the reason why I know that is because I look back on the past and the original community that we're part of in the White Tech in extremely high regard. And so definitely gonna look back on these times. You know, I tell people all the time, like this Onigashima arc that we're currently on, this year in particular with the 1000s, it's really, really special, man. We're currently living on a weekly basis something as epic as the Marineford arc, and being able to do it on YouTube, it's truly a blessing, man. Like if anybody's watching this video and you want to start a YouTube channel, there's never been a better time because we're about to get into the finale of One Piece after this. The series is going to be popping off, firing on all cylinders like it is right now. Every chapter is talkable. Every chapter has something to dissect and or get hyped about or whatever it is. It's the best it's ever been, man. And in regards to talking about it on a weekly basis, and I just love every second of it. So if you're thinking about starting a channel and joining the community, or even if you're just thinking, if you're a viewer right now who's not even subscribed or hasn't even created an account, trust me when I say that individuals remember and really love names and faces of the commenters and the people that they are, their quirks, whatever it is. They truly start seeing them more as friends rather than individuals that are subscribed to you. And the reason why I say that is because I've received so many comments in the past couple of weeks, on people catching up to One Piece or Kingdom with my reactions, and they will comment on it. So somebody just recently commented on like the Whitebeard versus Roger stuff, and talking about that, saying they were catching up to the reactions. And when I read stuff like that, there's nothing else like it, man. There's nothing else like it because you're like, yo, somebody is accompanying the story you love so much with something that you've created on this platform. And so when I say that everyone from a YouTuber to a commenter to somebody who's just created an account, we truly do appreciate the things that y'all say, man. And I'm including other YouTubers as well because I know that they feel the same way. Like it's something just extremely special whenever something that you created on this platform, especially in regards to like reactions, right? Because I myself watch a lot of reactions, so I can testify for that. That Uzumaki Khan made my One Piece experience better. Super Mecha Frieza, Alana, these individuals have made my experience better. And so when I receive a comment like that, I know what that person is saying comes from the heart because it came from my heart too. And so always remember the power of words and how powerful what you say can have an impact on someone's day. Because whether it is another commenter, a YouTuber, whatever it is, when you say something that is forever going to stick with someone and it's just a comment, that shows you the power of words And that even if we are maybe never going to see each other in real life, because I live here and you guys live all the way in the Flagnards, there's always going to be that connection there. And it's just, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Holy Flagnards. Brez boy? My boy? The legend? Yo, I've known Brez boy, guys, for years. For years. It's crazy how long I've known this man, dude. This man says $20 for 20th Century Boys Greatness. I just read it a couple months ago and watched your video on it. Phenomenal story. Yo, 20th Century Boys is one of the greatest stories ever produced out of this medium, man. It's such a special series. Such a special series, dude. But like, thank you so much, Brez boy, man, for the 20, dude. I saw that you said right here, that donating is weird because I don't feel like I don't. He says right here, I don't want to feel like I'm paying for a friend, but the content they put out on a daily, weekly, yearly basis should be compensated for how much I consume it. I mean, and I can resonate with those feelings, which is why what y'all have shown here with these gestures means so much, because I know the place it's coming from. I know what we're created. I've only ever done like 1 or 2 Patreons, like personally subscribed to a Patreon, 1 or 2. And I've only really ever like donated / subscribed to certain like a Twitch channel, YouTuber, like only a handful of times. The only time I do it is because of the amount of, I feel like I have to do something for this individual because of how much they have affected me. Like when I subscribed to Uzumaki-Kan's Twitch a while back when he first came back, I didn't do that because of, you know, to comment or to do any of that technical stuff. I did it because I have been with this man, with his journey for so many years. He is a good friend. I can reach out to him right now and we could have a conversation about life. But as a YouTuber, as a streamer, the man has provided me so many hours of entertainment that it could be the equivalent of me watching an actual series. And so when I reached out and I subbed to my boy, it was the equivalent of me, you know, going out and buying a box set for One Piece. I'm supporting it because I love the content that's being put out. And so that's why I understand these gestures when y'all make them, and why it makes me choke up and tear up, because it just shows there's an emotional connection there. So y'all are goated, man. Y'all are goated, dude. But yeah, man, looks like that's going to be it. I want to thank y'all so much, because this has been a wonderful, record-breaking, craziest stream that I've ever done in regards to this. I feel like we might have broken records. I feel like YouTube is going to look at this and they're going to be like, what is this guy doing? We need to execute him at all costs. This has been an insane stream. So much fun, so much greatness we got a chance and opportunity to talk about. It was a blast being able to catch up with old friends. And it was a blast just being able to talk to y'all, like I said, on an instant, transmission basis, or an instant, communication basis. And it's been so good. M Spear says, bro, I need you to look up Hida and Hustler. I've seen them in recommended. I have not checked out the reactions yet, but I've seen them in recommended. They react to One Piece and they're funny. Reminds me of you and King of Lightning. Really? Yo, okay. Yo, I just recently did like a spree just for nostalgia purposes, because King of Lightning is another individual like Uzumaki-Kan that just the journey, the connection there is so much. And I can reach out to King of Lightning right now and we could have a long conversation. But like I said, as a consumer, I have consumed King of Lightning's content for over a decade. Over a decade, bro. Like, I love that dude, man, from the bottom of my heart. And to see where he is now puts a smile on my face. Like, to see where King of Lightning is, where Sawyer, Brago, these individuals that are making something of themselves, that I personally enjoy their content and am also well associated with them, and am happy to be able to call them my friends. Like, I can't help but be happy for them, because they deserve every second of it, man. As somebody who creates YouTube videos, I know how long and how much time goes into creating all of this. And so when I see them getting the success that they have wealthily earned, it just warms my heart. It warms my heart as somebody who genuinely enjoys their content. Like, shout out to my boy King of Lightning, man. Shout out to the GOAT. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check them out then. Hida and Hustler. That sounds good. Yo, Spicy. What's good, Spicy? Yo, Spicy, screw your bucks. I love you, Spicy, but screw your Bucks. Your Bucks, man. I'm tired of the Bucks. We almost won that game last night. If it wasn't for Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr., we would have won that game last night. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, man, y'all are amazing. Recon is the goat. I always love the energy you give off, man. Yo, Max Gomez, thank you, man. Thank you. I truly do appreciate that. Misty Old Kanya, thank you very much. Yo, Misty Old Kanya, actually, while I have you here, while you're here, your theory on Robin being the potential pirate that Shanks was talking about, I have talked to people in my personal life about that theory. I love that theory. So you keep talking about that theory, you keep producing it, creating it, mold it. It is a phenomenal theory, bro. So keep molding that thing, man. That's a good one. I've brought up that idea now to several individuals. So great stuff. Great stuff, my friend. Shadow says, see you, brother. Can't wait to talk to you more about the writing process. Same back to you, bro. If you ever need to talk to me about any of that stuff, hit me up, man. We can have a good conversation about it, brother. Sage, man, all love, bro. All love back to you as well. Thank you very much for that, man. Robin lurking besides everyone since OP 731, man. That was a time, man, Sphere. That was a time, dude. Only reason I started being active on comments. Yeah, man. Legendary times. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm glad to have you here in the comment section. I really am. And because like I said, it's always nice being able to see reoccurring faces and whatnot. And I've known you for so long, and I still remember that drawing you made for Nami and me and the thing. I still have it saved on my phone. Legendary drawing. Marquetta, love you too. Have a good one. Stay safe. Drums. Yo, he says he feels like he missed a lot. Yeah, it's been a stream, man. It's been a stream and a half. It's been a stream and a half, man. Goodness. But yeah, everybody have an awesome sauce of a day. Keep being awesome. Today's been a wonderful day, wonderful experience. To the individuals that donated. And Josh says, shout out to the Bucks for my fantasy. Yo, dude, I haven't seen your fantasy yet, but I can only imagine Brady put up numbers. You have Fournette too, right? Fournette put up numbers. You probably went off in the fantasy, man. But yeah, man, y'all have an awesome day. Bless y'all. And, so for content, before I end the video, for content coming up in the future, November is my writing month, so it's going to be a pretty easy month in terms of content, mainly just reactions and afterthoughts. But I do plan on catching up to Kingdom soon. Again, for my Kingdom fans in here, Kingdom will be caught up to very soon, and definitely planning on doing more streams like this. Not very consistently, but at the very least, like I would like to do them more often because I do enjoy streaming and talking to y'all more regularly and stuff like this. But besides that, man, Upgrade is an awesome sauce of a day. Holy Flagnards, what a stream, man. To everybody who donated, I truly do appreciate y'all's kind gestures. A lot of y'all deserve to be in the Hall of Fame after this week because, by God, holy Flagnards, man. Like, crazy stuff, dude. Crazy stuff. Bless y'all. Have a good one. I will see y'all. I don't know when's the next time I'll be recording a video, but when that happens, next time I'll have an opportunity to record a video, then we'll be in the Lake Swimwear, and I'll see y'all in the comments. But until then, y'all have a blessed one. Yeah, y'all know that One Piece greatness, baby. Let's get it. Holy Flagnards, what a stream, man. Y'all take care. Thank y'all so much for 13K. When I told y'all before that I would not be here without y'all, I mean that 110%, man. Let's go, dude. Holy